Okay, we are live. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everyone, and hello
Hello.
to my favorite guest commentator. Back in the saddle as Huggy is occupied today with house guests and other things that his wife's cooked up for him. We have the leader of all Generation Z, Marcus Gill. Welcome again, Marcus.
Thank you very much. What a lovely introduction for myself. What an absolute joy.
Who wouldn't want to be the leader of all the Gen Z?
Exactly. Well, not me because I am, and I am definitely the leader of them all.
You're not
Sure.
prepared to give up that title to anyone else.
No, definitely not. I feel like I have advice that I can bring to them. I feel
Right?
that I can pass down my knowledge,
Right?
kind of like when Yang and the Zoomers will get this reference if you
Right?
don't know.
Right? Right?
Very much like Avatar Yang when he goes into his avatar form and can go into all the years past of the different
Oh,
avatars.
oh, all right.
I'm like that, which I can do to the Zoomers. You see, I can pass my knowledge.
This is great because you are on the interface, the millennials and Gen Z. So you're in a
Yeah,
perfect position to, and as you know, this channel is dedicated to that target audience. Gen Z is our major constituency. They don't like
yeah,
to like and subscribe channels. That's kind of like a passe thing their parents did. So we don't get a
yeah,
lot of recognition, from the algorithms. But nonetheless, that's our popular base, and so that's who we're here to help entertain.
yeah, 100%. And like you said, Norbert, it's one of those things, right? Whatever your sort of parents are into, you instantly dislike.
Right.
And the past generations liked and showed interest in things, and that's blasé. We don't do that anymore. We like things, but ironically and from a distance.
Yes. Oh, that would be good, actually. Ironic, I like. Yeah. As you know, I am a Generation X, and irony is our bread and butter.
Yeah, you made it. You created it and brought it into the world, right? It wasn't a concept until Generation X came along. So
All right. We're here to stream week five. Yeah, week five of the
week
season eight
5.
TTS League. Yeah, second to last week. And we have a really interesting match because we have Gil from Denmark versus Chris from England.
Mhm.
And the reason it's interesting is not only do they have interesting affiliations of Avengers and Web Warriors, which I'm really keen to see. But only one, they both have one loss already. So only one of these folks will be able to progress into week six and then hopefully into the cuts.
Mm-hmm. And they're both players that we both know personally, and also both know are very good players. So,
Yeah, fantastic.
which is
Yeah, both of them were at the team tournament that we were just both at about probably a month ago now. Time
mm-hmm.
flies. Yeah, Gil flew in all the way from Denmark for that, and Chris managed to, some sort of northern hellhole that he lives in. I'm not sure where that is, but he managed to get out of it. And actually, I have to tell you about that team tournament. It was a really clutch game between me and Chris in the third round. In the third round, it was a
Yeah,
fantastic game, so tight, and it came down to like just one last die roll. Or he masterfully held on to a mission objective card to the bitter end of the game, and it won him the game. It was fantastic. But I was so close to winning that game, and that would have tipped us. We were at a two wins apiece as a team, each team. So that game was the one that was going to
oh,
decide it.
it was a seesaw game to know which team was going to go through.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
really
So it
fun.
was really tense, and Chris and his team went on to win the whole thing. So it was all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is something that we're seeing more now in the standard format, and obviously the team event wasn't a standard format, but it was reduced cards, right? In regards, each team member could only take one,
Mm-hmm.
which meant you had to be really careful about when you played your cards,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something that we're seeing more, like cards, for example, like Brace for Impact and Follow Me, as well as Indomitable and Mission Objective. Like, yeah, you can play them early on, but really you need to play them to either win the game or not lose the game. And knowing that balance is like very difficult at the moment. And I've
Very
seen it a
much.
few times when people have been playing to go, oh, you played that card in the perfect moment you could,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why you've won. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Tactics cards are so interesting. Sometimes you use them all at once, and it's like a really big swing. Sometimes you wait till the bitter end with a lot of them. And some sad moments, you don't actually use any of them.
Yeah.
Not often, but it happens. But I find that the tactics cards have become a lot more interesting with the challenger rules and the rotations.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot more I guess reactive cards now. Like and there was a lot of cards that I considered to be good cards, but because of let's say better cards in regards of it was hard not to leave without them, they kind
Mm,
of got
mm,
mislooked over.
mm,
But
mm.
like with calibration matrix, I found out that is a real hard card sometimes if you're playing an attrition team and you need to do some damage
Yeah.
and someone just wipes your spike. Like it is a it's a horrible feeling, and
Mm,
that's being used more. And follow me again to get that double attack. I saw a Thanos that followed me into a Proxima that then married
mm,
and did marriage
mm,
into a Corvus.
mm, 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 mm.
Basically got 3 activations in one turn.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm crutching really hard on Follow Me these days, and fall back for some as well. You know, I
yeah.
actually cut Indomitable out of my tactics cards to find more interesting ones. Can you, if you can believe that?
Yeah, me too. Indomitable isn't there. Brace of Impact is because I'm still a wizard. And
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to
yeah.
but yeah, full back I've been playing around with, and full back and mission objective is amazing
Mm.
because you can you do the move before you take the damage. So
Yeah, I know.
you
Isn't that
fall back,
crazy?
yeah, you fall back, take the damage, and then if you're holding an objective, you can then move back further and mission objective it to someone if you've got the power. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I love it. So it's great. The game has not been better. It's really exciting.
Yeah, agreed.
We have a tournament tomorrow in London, and this is going to be Saturday, the 6th. I'm very pleased to say that we had a tournament only 2 weeks ago, which is our normal time. So we usually have it the last weekend of the month. But the guys were like, "Hey, it's summer. We want to try to do more. Can we schedule another one in?" And so I left it on the diary. So we're doing 2 in August. But so we have room for 24 players in our shop, and we've got 16 coming.
Amazing.
And the prior, so the last one, normal one, was 24, full 24, and only 2 weeks later we have 16 people coming again. So it's like
That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's really, really good.
yeah,
Is that the Bad Moon Cafe, right?
that's right. Bad Moon Cafe. Oh, I played one of your guys in week 4. He was so lovely, a younger
Oh,
guy.
you played Ewan, right?
Yes, Ewan. That's him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fantastic. We both. I made a ton of mistakes. He was really gracious about it. But really nice guy. Good player.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, good player, real young as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a team tournament that came up, and he asked me, he was like, "Can I be part of your team?" And I was like, "Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
100%."
heard you're still looking for a third, though.
Well, I've got a waiting list. You see,
Oh, wow! You got an
I've got-
interview process you got to go through.
yeah, it's really good. As the leader of the Z as the Zoomers, okay, I can't just let anyone in. The whole process, especially I've got a child on my team. There's checks that need to be done.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
good
whole
point.
process.
I hadn't thought about that.
Uh,
I restrict my channel to so that people have to be a certain age to come in because I don't want to deal with any of that. To be honest
No,
with you.
I can't do it. It was funny because I was like, I try to be as responsible as I can, obviously. And Ewan asked me because we chat on Discord and stuff after games and so on.
Right.
And he's close with Darren as well, Wargaming Dad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he messaged me. He was like, "Oh, can I be on your team?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course not." And instantly messaged his dad, going, "Is that all right? Like, do you not want to be on the same team?" And he's like, "Nah."
Yeah, that's what I asked him too. His dad totally ditched him.
Yeah, Dad totally ditched him, which is very funny.
Come to think of it, Ewan's probably Generation Z.
Yeah, or even the one, whatever the new
Alpha.
generation is.
You think
coming
no,
up.
no, I don't think so. I think the youngest Gen Z. I looked this up. I think the youngest Gen Zs are around 10 years old now.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he's
a
not
bit
that.
older.
Okay. So yeah, so I am the leader of the Zoomers.
You need another Zoomer on your team. So if any Zoomers are in the Cornwall area, catch up with Marcus.
That's true. Well, another one is we've got another dad and son that plays, and the Ollie is good friends with Ewan, so it might be me and 2 young Zoomers. So I would be leading.
That
the
would be
Zoomers,
hilarious.
you know?
That would be amazing. That should be your team name.
Yeah.
Leader of
the
all
Zoomers.
Zoomers.
Yeah. Oh well, it was either that or summer camp. I was going to call it.
Yeah, that's a good one. We're just waiting on one of the participants. A Zoomer is Generation Z. That's a little trendy name for Generation Z, Chris.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody in the chat. We're just waiting on Gil. We have Chris so far. I'm not sure where Gil's at because I thought he was ready to go earlier than Chris, but nonetheless, here we are. Rambo Squirrel mentions it feels like with the rebalancing of characters around cards, like field dressing not being there has let other characters come in, and so more link cards come into play. 100%.
Mhm.
That is exactly it.
Yeah, and I think the two wheels talked about that as well, right? On a few shows here and there, where
Yeah,
their design space wanted to be not less powerful on affiliated cards, but make more choices on the affiliation you take and the characters you pick.
right. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's really,
Glenn, hello, Glenn. He's asking if I recovered from the deadly virus game earlier. I think you saw the tail end of that too, Marcus, right?
I did, yeah.
That was just disgusting. It's very disgusting. I had no plan because we never played Virus down here. I've never played it before.
Yep.
In fact, I went to game night last night and I asked the person who had it to play it just so I could try it some more. So I learned a lot from that game. You know how they always say you learn more from your losses.
Losing, yeah.
It wasn't so much the losses, demolishing. Uh, um, the virus, yeah, you need a game plan of some sort. Even if you're not trying to win with it, just a game plan to not let the other person win with it is the key.
Yeah, 100%. If you go into, obviously we don't have a Conda Herb anymore, but I think Legacy Virus is probably the last one that you kind of need a set plan for.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just don't have a plan and your opponent does, then you're already on the back foot. Like, it's not unbeatable, of course not. Nothing's unbeatable, but if they have a set, this is what I do turn one, this is what I do turn two, and you go, oh, I'll just wing it. You're
Yeah.
already kind of at the bottom of the hill, and they're already up there with the flag, and it's kind of difficult then
Yeah. Yeah.
to
So
grasp.
I had got some good information after the game was over. I feel like I can approach that game a lot better now, not to win with it, but actually to avoid getting locked out so early with the AP VP swing that happens there.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, with Mission Objective and Black Cat and the general mission sealers, it is easier to sort of bank up those points. And when you need that 8 points out of nowhere, if you're not, visible to it or can't see it on the board, they will just get 8 points like that,
Yep.
and the game is over.
Goes so fast. I mean, he had the perfect mix. He had Toad and Thanos and Quicksilver. So, Toad can take and take viruses or vaccines off of people, off of his own people. Quicksilver can give it to anybody he wants, and
Yeah,
if
can also, can I borrow that off someone else, right?
yeah,
So if someone's holding that last piece, you go, "Good day, don't mind if I do."
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the thing about Quicksilver is fun, Chris, and I remember you using him to a big effect in our game when we were at that team tournament. I did manage to squash him in the end, but that was that meant I didn't take. I wasn't after looking after Venom, and Venom was the one who completely unharmed just kind of marched over and mission objectived the token away from a character that I finished killing. So that was annoying. Nonetheless, yes, Glenn was mentioning about how AMG's been fixing extracts, and I agree. I was thinking about this. Their secures are so solid. I feel like they're all interesting. They're quite different. They all work, but the extracts, I feel like they're struggling. There's fewer of them. They've had to ban one outright. They've rotated. Is Herb's rotated or banned?
No, three banned now. So you've
So the
got
two banned
Panic
altogether.
banned and her banned.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and people are, I'm sure they're looking at vaccines, the virus one, but it's not been banned or rotated yet. But nonetheless, there were fewer extracts to begin with, and now two of them have been banned out, and the others are somewhat similar. There's a lot of the single extracts there.
Yeah. So we're down to 9 extracts now, right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Maybe even less now. So yeah, there's some work to be done there, and I haven't. The other thing is I haven't seen any new crises on the horizon either with cards.
No, I've been thinking about those. So Malekith hasn't got any. None of the Hydra releases have got any crisis cards.
Right.
Yeah, nothing in the future it seems. Winter Guard have their crisis cards. So I'm hoping that means that we're going to have some sort of like crisis pack,
Mm,
but which would be cool if. And also they've got a lot of like playtesting already done with the events that they did at Gen Con and LVO and things, right?
mm,
Where have like really interesting extracts and things like that. So if they do, I don't know, for the year go, um, okay, this year is Civil War. Here's a load of
right,
Civil War themed
right,
crises and tactics cards.
right.
This is what we're playing for the year,
Yeah,
and just do a drop like that. I think that would
that'd be
help
super
newer
fun.
players and keep a nice little theme for the game and inject some crises because we definitely do need it. So
I agree. That'd be really fun to have a little tournament pack. So Gen Con is happening right now. This is day 2 Gen Con Friday. I've been a couple of times in the past. It's
I'm very
really,
jealous.
yeah, it's like Mecca for gamers. You should try to go at least once in your lifetime.
Yeah, I'm planning to. I'm hoping for either my 35th or my 40th. I want to do a big
Oh, that's a great idea.
uh,
Yeah,
Gen
and
Con.
speaking of which, thank you for giving up your board game night. Today's board game night for
That's
you.
fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And the reason I mentioned that is if you want, Gen Con is massive about board games. It's actually massive for all genres of games, believe it or not. So you will have a fantastic time. You will need to bring a second suitcase empty so that you can bring
Yeah, I've
your
already
loot.
been working out like how much for a second board case do I have to pay like that on the way through? What can I get? Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of companies now where Renegade Games, I have a load of games that I'm really interested in
Hmm.
because of license issues. It's really hard to get over in the UK at the moment.
Oh
So
wow.
they got a game called it was on Kickstarter called My Father's Work, which is a mad scientist game.
Okay.
So you are basically like a mad scientist. But what's cool about it is you play the generations of that scientist. So you play like the dad, and then you have like your son, and then you die, and then there's like your kid taking up, and you have to like record the evidence and so on. Sounds really cool, but you can't get it over here. But Gen Con definitely will have it. So.
Ah, okay. All right. Wait. So yeah, 35. Look, I'm gonna start drinking. I've noticed you're having some tea, but I have, I have a week off now coming up, so I'm kicking
Hey,
things off.
you've got to live your life to the full, Norbit. You've got to go on holiday mode, Bucko. You
Yeah.
got to
So
do it.
this is this first sip will be the first taste of my holiday for the next week because I had a long day today trying to wrap up my own work before my company went on a week holiday, and
Ethan, what is the holiday beverage? What are we drinking?
we're having a Negroni, a little nice Negroni.
Okay.
Do you enjoy a Negroni?
I'm nodding like I know what that is. I'm trying to feel sophisticated in front of
Oh,
my friends, and I'm just like, oh
oh dear.
yes, lovely. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Order it at the next time you're at a bar. Very simple drink to make. That's so they don't usually screw it up.
That's good.
It's also not very like fruity. It's not like fruit juice and stuff. Because sometimes in the UK, the cocktail guys they go crazy on all the juices and this and that, and there's like I can't taste the alcohol. I'm like, where's
Yeah,
where's the beef? You know?
yeah.
And Negroni's great. So Negroni is equal parts of gin, Campari. Do you know Campari?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
yeah, and then red vermouth, sweet vermouth. Sweet
Oh.
vermouth is what it needs to sweeten the drink, otherwise it'd be too one-dimensional. And adds
Yeah.
also a bit some more complexity of the flavors. That's it. And an orange peel. I didn't happen to have an orange, so I'm a little delinquent there. But you put a little not orange, not a peel, but a slice of orange or a wedge of orange. Squeeze a bit of the juice into it.
Yeah.
Ice over ice stirred. Fantastic. It's so easy to make.
That sounds like a perfect holiday drink. Norbit's cocktail corner.
I will give you fair warning, you Zoomers out there. They're incredibly potent, though. So don't be banging these bad boys down. Or you can, but be prepared for the consequences.
Dr. Norbit and Marcus says, drink responsibly. All right, Zoomers?
Yeah, yeah. Drink often, but drink responsibly.
Drink often, but drink responsibly. That's what's important.
Looks like Chris, one of our players, is 2 ciders deep so far. He's from the West Country, right? Isn't he from the West Country?
Chris?
Yeah.
No, Chris is Midlands.
Midlands. Okay, West Country is famous for their cider. And so he's 2 deep in, and he's worried that if Gil doesn't get here soon, it'll be time for shots. Yeah, it is Friday.
It is Friday. Shot.
Negroni apparently is Adam's favorite partner's favorite cocktail. That's fantastic. What is your favorite cocktail then, Adman?
Oh,
Or you, Marcus, too?
I want to say me. What cocktail do I like? I I remember having a lot of fun with, and I think this is like a kid's cocktail. I don't think there's any class to it. It's a cocktail called the Zombie.
Oh
This
yeah.
is basically just every alcohol known to man
Yeah, yeah.
poured into a glass with fruit juice, and I've had great times on Zombies.
How about Jello
Um,
shots? Are those still popular?
they certainly are, to the point where my working class father loves making Jello shots. So he's turned his shed in the back garden. He took down the shed, bought a summer house, and has made the summer house into a bar. So we have a bar in his garden now. He makes Jello shots. He makes whatever cocktails. I don't think they're what the cocktails should be.
Mm-hmm.
However, yeah, he just
Well, he's a
like stirring a
mixologist.
party. He is a mixologist. I would, Dad, if you're out there, don't let that go to your head. Right? You're not an actual mixologist. Calm it down. But,
So some of the people in chat, some are saying they like amaretto sour. That's an interesting one. That's a little old school. Kudos to you, sir, wherever you are. A zombie. Someone likes a zombie too. Gin or whiskey sour. Classics. Whiskey sour is another option here. This fellow, Rambo Squirrel, insists that pina colada is where it's at, but they have to have the little umbrella.
and Rambo Squirrel, completely agree with you. It's all about the aesthetic. All right. Like, for example, Norbert, your drink looks lovely and great, but if I had that orange pill,
It would be
it would
better.
it would just elevate it.
100%.
Bring it to another level.
100%. Right. Let me see if I can call up the lists. Oh, somebody likes Sex on the Beach. Oh, come on. Old fashioned.
That's Chris.
Yes.
That's Chris.
Oh, Glenn likes rye whiskey. Now we're getting into some interesting drinks. Boy, we have a nice eclectic group here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I will say quickly on the cocktail thing. We went to like a speakeasy sort of diner in Exeter, and where you have to like go through a telephone box to like get in and stuff. It's very hipster. It's very posh. Went there, and I had never tried a Bloody Mary before. I had no idea what it was. Only heard it was in the movies. I ordered it, and the waitress was like, "Are you sure you want a Bloody Mary?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Do you know what it is?" And I was like, "No." And she went to explain it. I was like, "Don't tell me what it is. I just want to order it." Ordered it. The worst, the worst drink. I didn't know it was tomato juice and like vodka. I had no idea. It was bad, but it was a good experience. So, Bloody Mary, bad drink.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me try to get up the lists here since we've got a little time. Let's get these there. Let me try to score this. Add source. Here we go. No, I don't want that one. No. Go away.
I know it's just me double now on the stream.
Yeah, I know it is.
Well, it's bad enough with one of me, let alone two of you. Sorry, chat. This is.
Bloody Marys are no. Someone's saying Bloody Marys are overrated. They are fantastic hangover cures.
I've heard this. I've heard it's really good. The one I got, because I googled them afterwards after I had one.
Right.
Every single image they had like food in it and lots of celery. Mine didn't. It was just
yeah, well, that's what you. Okay, so then they did it badly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It needs to have all that stuff, or else it's not. This is not working. The whole point of it is it to be somewhat of a meal. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you're not doing that, people, it's problematic. Okay,
It's offensive.
It's offensive.
It's offensive. It's problematic and it's offensive.
Gil is en route. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can still manage.
Chris, good luck in the game.
Good
Have
luck.
a best one. Don't take too many shots while you're playing.
This thing is just not interested in showing me the. Oh, did I find it? Yes, I found it. Huzzah!
Ooh.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move that there, and we are going to put up the lists now. Let's take a look. What's this called? Oh my God, Tabletop TO. There we are. And who should we look at first? Web Warriors or Avengers?
Let's look at Web Warriors first.
Web Warriors first. That's Chris's. Okay, we could do that. Chris W goes there, and while we're doing that, okay, cool. Right, now he's put it into a friggin' screenshot. God damn it, Chris. He's such a Luddite. This is such a joke. Right, Web Warriors. He has. Let's look at the characters. Amazing Spider. Ooh, Amazing Spider-Man. Nice. Black
Noise.
Cat. Sam Wilson. Enchantress. Ghost Spider. Moon Knight. Ms. Marvel. Miles Morales. Toad. Venom. That is not the typical list that I've seen around. How about you?
Yeah, not typical. I like it though. It seems kind of more. I have to look at obviously what objectives he took, but it looks rather attrition-y, which is really good. Amazing Spider-Man can deal out some real punches. Moon Knight in a all webbed up term is an absolute beast
Oh, that's a
and
good point. Ooh,
can absolutely take things down real hard.
yeah.
And yeah, interesting tactics cards, but Miss Marvel's there, so I don't know whether they've got the Miles and Miss Marvel card.
Let's
Yeah,
take a look.
there it is. I saw it better tomorrow. So,
Oh, right. Okay. Advanced R&D,
so
all webbed up. Wheat cakes, nice. Brace, escort to safety, lethal projector mission. Yeah, spider tractor, warpath. Very, very extract focused roster, I should say.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, and
definitely.
let's see. What are the extracts? Oh, Virus. Oh, I hope he plays Virus. I would like to see a Virus game again now that been spanked. I
Yeah.
want more. I'm
Now
like, thank you.
you're part of the Matrix. You understand. You see the numbers.
No, no.
Now you
I
understand.
think it's just more like a dominatrix thing. I'm back to be. I'm back to having the whips and chains applied to me.
Yeah. But well, now you know. Now you have a safe word, so it's
Do
it's
I?
better now.
What is it?
Yeah, I think
Zoomer?
so. Zoomer.
um, and Cosmic Invasion, Black Order. Okay, so Riot Spark, and oh, interesting. Superpower Scoundrels. When is he going to play that? When do you think he's going to play Superpowered Scoundrels, which is the 5 points of secures?
So against anything that's kind of long range attrition is really good, right? Because you always get the cover. If you play Miles as well, you get your reroll, be able to reroll skulls. It's going to be really hard for them to take off. Also with movement shenanigans, Gwen, for example, can pretty much get into any point. So yeah, anything that's probably long range attrition, it really screws up things like Winter Soldier at the moment and things like that because you get your auto cover. Probably not that great against Avengers because there's lots of things that ignore cover
Cover, yeah.
with the shield throw and things like that. So probably not the best. But yeah, and also with attrition, you'll be 5 or 6 wide with Web Warriors, so you'll be able to dominate the points and hopefully stay on it. So
Right. Looks like they are in the room. So let me go ahead and turn this off and put on the game, and we could look at the other match while we're there. Where is it? There we are. All right, everybody. Welcome to the game. Ooh, we've got a really interesting map. Who's made this map? Let's always give credit. It's Pat again. Pat's really loves making maps. This is a map.
see.
Doesn't have a lot of terrain. It does have a size 4 there. Size 3, 2, 3, 2. Very interesting.
It has got the
A spruce.
it has got the Pat special, which I really like.
What's that?
Only size 3 to size 4 on the left and right flank.
Oh, yeah.
So there's normally like the truck you could turn. Wherever you turn the truck, you'll have a size 4 on the flank.
Yeah.
To like, for example, Angela to move long and throw, or just to have that very aggressive flank hit with a piece of terrain seems to be a signature of Pat's boards, which I really enjoy. So.
Yeah. All right, getting on to Gil's list. He's got Angela, Steve Rogers, Dr. Voodoo, Domino, Hawkeye, Wong, Vision, Rogue, Hulk, and Heimdall. He loves playing Avengers. I played with him. We were on a team-up event at Adepticon earlier this year, and he played Avengers. I played Criminal Syndicate, so as a combined team. It was fantastic. We were crushing it. It was great. So he really loves playing Avengers. I do have to say, though, Heimdall's new. That's not terribly surprising, though. But Wong is. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe he just needed a 2-pointer.
I guess Wong now with the lack of healing has kind of in tactics cards has gone up in value, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can stay on the back point for 1 power. He can heal you for 2 damage. That's really good. And an attrition focused team like Gil's got, like he's got a lot of hitters. Yeah, pretty much everyone is smash phrase focused. So yeah, I can see Wong just there to keep people up and also to chuck an extra power so people can do things.
So. Right. So Gil's selected Gil's got not selected. He's got priority. He won priority. Let's take a look at his things. He's got research station, fear grips, alien ship, all pretty standard. Intrusions, open seals. That's a little interesting. Gamma wave, pretty typical, and demons, pretty typical. So we'll be seeing to see which one is he going to choose. The Cynical is saying Wong, Strange, Groot, and Hood have gone up so much due to the lack of healing. Yeah, I can see that
100%.
too. It's so funny. I was playing with a newer player yesterday at our club, and we were talking about the Stranges, and it's so great that the nicknames that we've got. We got the OG Strange and Sexy Strange.
Sexy Strange. I agree with that. I'm a fan of Sexy Strange. I really am.
So we don't have any Stranges here today, but as you mentioned, somebody in the chat mentioned Sorcerer Supreme. Does he heal people?
No, just OG Strange.
OG does, yeah. OG.
Yeah, Sexy, Saucy Strange does not have any healing.
All right, looks
He's
like
just there to take you off the board.
Gil's toying with us. He's still moving his little mouse around, not clicking one of those secure or extract buttons. Come on, buddy. Let's see what else you got.
Okay, he's probably just turned up on takeaway.
Yeah, he's busy munching. Extracts. He's chosen extracts. So no virus today, sadly. I would have liked to have seen it. And let's see. Let's zoom in. Oh my god, I overshot. What a faux pas. It is research station attacked and superpower syndicates. Just what we were seeing. So we get to see what Chris has in mind for this secure.
Wow. Okay, that's a real tight.
Now the real question is, does Chris take 20 or 16 points?
I honestly don't know on that. More toys either way. I think Gil 16 is very good. Hulk, Captain America, that's 10. And then, a couple of threes still put into attrition.
Yeah, with 5 points on the board, my inclination is always to go wider, to take the higher points. But, I always worry that the other person's got a really good plan for those points. And so, I'm always hoping to find a threat value where they're struggling to put a team together.
Yeah, definitely.
So we don't know.
I think whether it's low and high, Gil's got a pretty decent spot. And I think Chris is the same. Like, Chris has got good low and good high. So
I've messaged them to ask for a threat. How much threat? And we'll see if we get an answer, because Chris is already busy putting his roster together. One of my one of the chatters from the Czech Republic, Slovakia, I beg your pardon, mentioned Tatra tea as his favorite drink. Now, have you ever had a Tatra tea?
I have not. No.
Do not be fooled if a Slovakian walks up to you and says, "Would you like some tea?" It is not British tea that he's referring to.
Okay.
It is an extremely high alcohol liquor that they have, spirit that they do there. I mean, like 80% alcohol. It's like stupid. Like you could run your car on it. In fact, it's probably what it was. It was probably Soviet era petrol that they've now repurposed into human consumption.
Amazing. I'll ask my friend Moise, who I do vampire roleplay with. I'm sure if I say to her, "It's like, can I have some tea, please?" She'll be like, "Hell yeah, let's get the party on. Let's get it going."
They're having some trouble rearranging the camera, but apparently they've got it now. Camera's a problem.
Turning up to events with dangerous alcohol. Gil turned up to the team event with alcoholic fisherman's friend.
Oh yeah,
from Denmark. And I was about to get into bed. I was like all snuggled in with my roommate John. And then I just hear this boom, boom, boom on the door. Open it up, and there's Gil with fisherman's friend going, "Would you like a shot before bed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." To be fair, I did it, and it cleared my sinuses. I felt amazing. Felt good to go.
Oh my lord. Yeah, those good times. Yeah, Gil says his camera is still not working. What
Yeah.
advice can we give Gil about getting his camera from top down to normal? Oh, maybe he's got toggle. Did you? Okay. Did you click toggle telecasting? If so, click it again to turn it off. I'm sure that's what that is. Let's see if you can fix that off. Right. So there's not many people left to progress into week 6 who are undefeated. If you take a quick look at the rosters, let me go back to the event.
I was going to say that'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
who's.
Yeah, see, because many of the games have been played, not all of them. In fact, Pat Mumford is undefeated. He is playing against Tom Brown, who's also undefeated.
Mhm.
So, so far we have Sasha from London here made it through. He's 5-0.
Yeah, my
Christian
boy.
H3M3 from Germany made it through 5-0.
He's a great guy.
Jonah is 4-1. Patrick is playing his game, as we know, as so is Tom. Nick Cork is 4-1. John Latham, up from the north, part of the winning team at the team
Yeah.
tournament. He's
My
4-1.
roommate as well, so.
Yep. Johnny Pastrami, 4-1. He's actually from Wisconsin, as it turns out, but he has a different shift. He does shift work, and so he's home early enough to do European games, which is nice. Somebody I don't know, Stracker, is 4-1. Slyfex. I've seen that name before. I'm not sure if I know him though. 4-1, and the rest are just scrubs. Get out of here.
Get out of it, gone. I don't think you're scrubs. I think you're all lovely and well done for playing games and well done for having fun. There we go.
Get out of here. What are you talking about? Privately, he's terrible. He's always telling me, Marcus, he's like, why do we have to deal with all these scrubs?
To be fair, I was the scrub. I dropped because I was having, I wasn't feeling very well, and yeah, I had a real rough time. So.
Oh, right. It was fun for me. I did better than I expected. And I wasn't able to get down to the club for a few weeks for a variety of good reasons. And so I decided to play this season, and it was great because it did give me some time to play. But but I'm busy. You know, work's busy, but also playing a lot of games here locally. It's been fantastic. Community's just blowing up.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah.
And
Hey!
yeah, like I said, TTS is good for me, but like prioritizing your community is
That's
always
right.
better, right?
Didn't you have a tournament recently?
I did, yeah. We had our first tournament at a big store in the southwest called Curtin Games, and it went really well. We had 20 players in the end.
Wow, great.
Oh, well, 21 players. I was supposed to be playing, but I dropped, so there weren't any buys, and then I just TO'd.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, just helped the store because they're sort of new to running it and rules, which is good because we had a couple of rules questions come up and a couple of judge calls, so it was good that I was there. And yeah, it was great. I think everyone had a good time. Darren won the event, and then we had
nice.
A couple. Then who came second and third? Then it was Ross and Ben Sinclair, I believe. So
right.
all some Southwest guys, which is really good.
What town is that place in, or what is it near?
Crediton. So it's just outside Exeter.
Okay.
Exeter's the capital of the Southwest, and it's about 10 minutes. It's where the 2-day is going to be in November.
Ah, okay. Cool. I have been wanting to visit Exeter. I hear it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really, really nice.
Some famous writers from the medieval ages in there, right? Am I thinking?
Yeah, indeed. Also, Dick and Dom from the Bungalow. They came from Exeter University. Some of the greatest scholars of our time. So.
Ooh, you're a former comedian. Guess I just bought tickets today to go see Dave Gorman live.
Yes.
Isn't he great?
Dave Gorman, absolutely incredible dude. Really, really nice. I met him at Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh,
the first time I was up there. Just happened to be. There's a bar that like comedians go to, and I went there, and he was at the bar, and I ordered a drink, and I looked at him and I nodded, and he nodded at me, and he went, You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was good, thank you." And he was like, "Your first Fringe?" And I was like, "Oh, can you tell? Like, can you tell from my face?" Yeah, and had a lovely chat, and he's a really nice dude. Really, really nice.
Oh, he seems really nice. Couple points. The Fringe Festival, for people who don't know, is a massive comedian festival that happens up in Glasgow or
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. In fact, it's happening right now for the first time since the pandemic.
Yep.
And
Good luck to all my friends that went up there.
yep, it looks
Um,
like Gil's fixed his some camera problems by hitting P. So hit the letter
Good.
P if you. uh,
Sometimes, if you're stressed out, just have a pee. And it'll feel better.
yeah.
Good to know.
And Dave Gorman, I feel a kinship to him because for no reason really, but he lives in East London, which is where I'm at as well. And so he has a lot of references to East London, and his locations are sometimes in East London when he was on his TV show. And so I always enjoyed that little extra association with him. So we're seeing him live. In fact, we're seeing him live in East London.
Cool. I'm going to say we're probably at 20 points because that is 6 characters.
Yeah, that looks like a lot, right? Yeah.
And I'm going to say 6 characters at 16. I don't think can happen for Web Warriors. So this is great.
So we have Wong, Vision, Dr. Voodoo, Hulk, and Captain America. They've brought Second Wind. That's nice. Interesting. Patch Up, Avengers Assemble, Follow Me, and Seance. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna. My initial thought was Doctor Voodoo is a bit weird because there's nothing to drop, but actually, when you know you're going to be a character down, and just to possess someone, and also a lot of lower threats as well, right? So it's only going to be like 3 or maybe
Yeah,
2
good
power to
point. Yeah.
possess someone to come through. So I actually like the Doctor Voodoo pick here. Um, if anyone out there hasn't seen the absolute menace that is Stephen Hulk, then yeah, play against it or play with it because it can do some things and it is scary. So yeah, I like it. It's a good pick.
All right. Oof. And Chris has got an even bigger one, which is probably not surprising considering his the affiliation he's playing. He's got Miles Morales, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, hello, Captain America Sam Wilson, Ghost Spider, and great, Amazing Spider-Man. So we'll need to understand which leadership he picks eventually.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, he's got A Better Tomorrow. That's for Miles Morales and Ms. Marvel. So a nice, interesting pick, like we were saying before. Brace for Impact's Spider Tracker. All webbed up, advanced R&D. Let me just take a look at Spider Tracker. When any character ends a move action within 4 of an allied web warriors, the allied character may spend 2 power to play the card, and this character moves short. So
yeah, and obviously it's a move action, so it's any advance action that they make.
So who is web warriors? Spider-Man, Moon Knight,
Spider-Man,
Ghost
Moon
Spider.
Knight,
Yeah, okay.
Gwen, and Miles.
Right. So it's just not Captain America and Ms. Marvel. Right. So let us get to this game. Remember, one of these folks is going to be able to continue on towards the cuts, and the other one is out and just in it for funsies after that.
So we've got Hulk dominating the center, as he should do. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting about...
Yeah, researcher. So everybody, here's the researcher here right in the middle. The 2 evac points. One's on this little truck. And then you have the 5 ambush points. So these are the secures that give you cover. There's one there, one there. One's hiding underneath the researcher, and the other one is there and there. What is my long-term review of the game? I still never tried it out. Are you talking about MCP altogether, Caladrell? You talking about what my review of MCP is? I mean, if that's the question, you in a word, it's fantastic. I mean, you should buy in. I'm not being facetious. I mean, just buy into this game. Drop what you're doing. Yeah. Buy this game. If you are a casual player, I was thinking about this. If you're a casual player, if you're a narrative player, if you're a competitive player, this game satisfies all those different groups in equal measure.
It has everything. And all those things can live together as well. Like, you have a game day, you can have some competitive players, but also as a competitive player, I love the open encounters. Like the Symbiote game, which if you're not familiar with, it's basically a 4-way beat 'em all. It's fantastic and so much fun. So yeah, there's loads of different ways to play this game and they're all great. So yeah, definitely buy in.
Yeah, buy-in. He said he is a former War Machine player. He hasn't played in 3 years, and I agree. I haven't played since this game came out, and I got my first demo on release, and then it was lockdown, and we played everything on TTS for 2 years, more or less. And now I'm playing this, and it's blowing up. It's so easy to get into. It's thematic, it's cinematic, it's action packed. I'm always on the edge of my seat. I am never bored playing an MCP game.
Yeah.
Rules are tight and well written for the most part. And they look after the game. They've been doing serious modifications to it to make it all better, but all in a real stepwise fashion. And you don't need a lot of models. And terrain is an actual real component of the game. Like it's almost like a third player. How much the terrain
It's
matters.
Yeah, I don't have to say how much I think terrain is a
Yeah.
big part of this game and how much I love it. But yeah, it really is a big part of this game and should be thought about.
All
And
right, let's get into
yeah,
this game. Right down the middle, he's got this big. Gil's got this big size 4 truck, which is annoying there.
yeah,
Why is he?
and plenty of people to throw it as well. Like Hope
Yeah.
can throw it.
So he's got Doctor Voodoo, Vision, Wong, and then on the other side of the truck is Hulk and Steve Rogers. So, like you were saying, the two of them are paired together.
Yeah, they're just really really good. One thing is both teams have got a lot of decent displacement as well to push people off points. Hope's got a throw, Vision's got a throw, Voodoo's got a throw. So acting second's going to be really important in this game. It's going to be hard to move to a point and stay on it. I think,
So
especially
he's
with Sam.
Chris has already used advanced R&D. He's given power to Ghost Spider and to Miles Morales.
Yeah, because I believe Mark probably rode a blank on his personality and got an extra power.
That's exactly what happened. Well, which is super lucky. That's really interesting thing. So he activated Moon Knight first, rolled for the extra power, then realized this is a good time to advance R&D because he gave 2 people that power, and now he's sitting on the point here, which he can control because there's no pay to flip in this situation.
Yeah, which means that Gwen's got her pull activated, which means she can pull someone short towards her, and Miles has got his swing online, which is really really important. So yeah,
Keldrol is saying that he regrets missing the TTS days. I agree. I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I'm just saying, considering the shitty time that the plague was, TTS was a freaking godsend. And it was such a good mod. We're so fortunate to have people who are skilled and invested in the game to have created such an easy mod, because I know some mods that were a real nightmare, including War Machine mods. It was just like, this was like, oh, I can do this. This is really easy. And it just kept us going through the pandemic, and the game grew and grew even through the pandemic. It was great.
cool. Let's see what just happened. So it looks like Wong took
Yes.
an action to meditate, get a power, and then used his ability to put that power onto Voodoo.
Okay.
And then he's moved medium onto the left hand scoundrel, which is all good.
Right. And then over here we have Sam Wilson. He's gone up. Looks like he wants to contest that secure, and is being hidden by this size 3 cargo.
Interesting. I might have wanted maybe to leave Sam later in the round just because he's got that long move to get onto the point and also a range for possible push to then move someone off the point. Obviously, you have to do damage, and they do. Well, he'll be ignoring the cover because of the shield and then be able to push them off. So, I don't know.
PHP is asking about a seance. I've used it. I didn't find it terribly useful. Basically, if you have Dr. Voodoo has Brother Daniel, you can add 2 additional dice instead of 1 to the attack, defense, and dodge rolls whenever you roll a crit. And if another person has Brother Daniel token instead, that character does not add dice for crits, essentially. So I didn't find it worthwhile enough, to be honest.
It's kind of it's a hex on someone or allows you to kind of go ham on your attacks.
Right.
I guess it's not too bad because I think Gil's pretty much going to dominate priority on this and be able to kind of like stay on the points and and always have priority for attrition. So to be able to play that card and then have hopefully two big like attacks with Rudy isn't too bad.
So Captain America has moved up to secure a point, and he's also using his shield throw, range 4. He's done
Ooh.
well. 3 hits. Nice one done. Only 1 save, so 2 is going to go through onto Sam Wilson, who doesn't
He's
like...
got to re-row first
Oh, yeah.
because of Miles's leadership, I
Thank
assume.
you.
Yeah.
All right, well, that actually shows us then that he's... well, he didn't use advanced... no, he did. So he's used Miles's affiliation, leadership ability, not Amazing Spider-Man. Right, so still...
and also, oh no, not cover because Steve ignores cover. So yeah.
There you go. So should be 2 hits, I think, if I'm reading this right. PHP is mentioning how he still only can really play via TTS, and absolutely true. I think TTS is now a very interesting complementary tool to real life. Some people use it because they can't get a real game. Other people use it to test things out. And other people like to just play a lot of games and so do real life and TTS. So it's fantastic. I'm just going to turn on the light. It's gotten darker here. 1 sec.
Of course, we need to see you. You're the starhead, Norbert. You need to be illuminated. So what have we got? So we have got... who is that hard? Is that Miss Marvel? Yeah, Miss Marvel. So she's moving up onto the back point.
That's right. So she's got... there's 2 people securing that point now, apparently. He really wants that point.
Yeah, it's also setting up for the next round because Sam will be able to do a charge onto that back point and hopefully push a couple of people off. So
Nice one.
it's not too bad. And also, depending on where Miles goes, because he could always move, then teleport onto that back point where Steve is, and then you're set up for a better tomorrow. You'll be able to teleport Miss Marvel a bit closer as well, I think. So,
Clever.
bit of shenanigans maybe here and there.
You get a lot of Web Warriors players down by you?
No, I just autistic and I like looking at cards. Basically, is the main thing. But yeah, Web Warriors wise, who we got? Ben played for a while. Ben's good player down our way. He was at the team event. But yeah, in general, we've still got quite a lot of new players, so they keep fluxing between things. The only people that have kind of settled in is me and Darren, really. Darren is our Black Order player. Always is, always will be, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know he was that filthy. Jeez, Darren, come on.
Yeah, he's been filthy from the beginning.
Has he been playing the Corvus affiliation?
No,
Leadership.
Thanos.
Just Thanos.
No. Just Thanos. Just Thanos. Thanos and Wakanda currently is his blend. So.
All right. We've got Vision up on the Researcher. So he's securing both the Researcher and the Secure that's underneath it. Don't forget. And I think he's in his phased form. So that means he's immune to collisions, right?
Yes. So it means he can be pushed.
Yeah. Am I looking at that token correctly? Let's see if I can look at it on his... yeah. I think that's the phase one. Maybe it's the thick one. I can't tell. No, you know what? That's the filled-in one. He's in his high-density form, which makes way more sense.
Way more sense. It means he can't be pushed, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah, which means Gwen's whip wouldn't work on him, which is good.
Calandro saying during the pandemic he spent his time with RPGs, and I agree. RPGs would have been another really nice way to connect with people, and probably even better than tabletop because you're there busy talking to people, and a few of them at a time. So
yeah, definitely. That was my early pandemic because I was late to TTS for MCP, but my early pandemic was roleplay games. I got in touch with some old friends I hadn't played with for a while. And now we're back in person playing some Woof Whip. And they got to meet my partner as well for the first time. And now he's playing roleplay games. And like my very good friends are now his. So yeah, roleplay games were a big part.
Nice one. That's how I got started in the geeky hobby. My first games of any type were Dungeons and Dragons. As a matter of fact, season 4 of Stranger Things hit seriously home to me because it was set in 1986. Which I think I've mentioned on this channel before, is when I was a senior as well in high school, and playing D&D. I didn't have to deal with any otherworldly beings or telepathic people, but you know, it was just as ugly for me as it was for those people.
Were you in America at that point as well?
Oh yeah. I only moved here 10 years ago.
So did you have to deal with like the mad stuff, like Mums Against D&D and
Oh
all
yeah,
that?
oh yeah, 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 yeah. On the news, and, Devil Worshippers and Tunnels and Trolls was a film with Tom Hanks about a guy
Yeah,
who ended up killing himself. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was not great. It really sucked.
yeah. So we're
Luckily,
talking
I
about
lived in a progressive part of the country, so I didn't have to deal with any of the religious maniacs.
that's good.
So that is Amazing Spider-Man moved up to the middle with Vision and put 2 hit points into him, which is impressive considering Vision can tank pretty well. Pretty well.
Yeah, really, really good.
So the middle is contested, so nobody owns it currently. And that's a juicy 2 points plus the prospect of moving it towards your research center, which means another 2 points potentially.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to decide. I find in my experience, researcher has to be the first priority. If you're trying to play the extract game, you just kind of have to put as many, or the tempo game, sorry, in regards of winning victory points wise, you just have to put majority of resources into this middle point.
Yeah, I totally agree. Everybody's after it. I feel the compunction as well. There's just too much to play for. It's really weird how it dominates the game, even though there's all these other points on the table sometimes.
Yeah. Because let's think what Gil's got left up to activate. So he's got Hulk and
Voodoo.
Rudy, right? So he can only put 2 more resources into that point. His Hulk isn't going to be able to go last, so he's not going to be able to throw anyone off the point. He might be able to throw Amazing Spider-Man, but
All right, looks like Hulk's doing a gamma launch. There he is.
a Gamma Leap.
Leap. Okay, sorry. Yeah, launch is the big one.
Yeah, launch is when you pick up your mate and you go whoosh, you go, yeet,
Yeet.
yeet them down the line.
That's the millennial in you coming out.
It is, like I said, leader of the Zoomers, my friends.
Any Zoomers in the chat tonight, or is it past your bedtime? Just you say hello.
Oh, whoa! Let's keep those cheap shots off my people. Thank you for that.
I don't have any hair. I am the target. I'm just protecting myself. My first strike.
You've got a Cobra Kai. You've got to strike first. No mercy.
That's another gem.
Yeah.
That
Absolute gem.
Right. So Hulk's gonna move with his one move, which will leave one attack left for him.
Yeah.
This is interesting. You've got one of the most beastly attackers on the game against one of the most tanky characters in the game. Maybe even the tankiest character in the game.
Definitely. 4 dice, reroll everything with an extra reroll on top. That's a big hit from Hulk, though.
Hulk smash.
Yeah.
That's 6 hits. Here comes the rerolls. 1 save so far.
Yeah, he'll get to reroll the skull as well.
Yeah, because of Miles. Yeah, this is... And come on, let's go. Come on, dice, roll. No luck! Oh, yikes.
Still gets to reroll 1 more because of leadership. Which should be coming now.
No!
No!
5 damage goes through. Pow!
I probably would have witty bantered as well, maybe. Because you can witty banter yourself.
What does that do?
Witty banter, I believe, is make your opponent roll one of their attack dice.
Yeah, so I think he's just done that. Or I saw Gil roll another die for some reason just now. And it came up as a shield, so, it didn't matter. So yeah, that's 5 damage through. Boom. And Hulk's sitting on tons of power now, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't indicated it yet on his thing, on his tracker, but let's see. And there's a push from the wilds, right?
Interesting. I probably wouldn't push him because you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I
think he wants the point, though. Doesn't he want the point?
Yeah, but he'll have power to throw him, so you could just... Because now he's done...
Oh, and do the extra point and daze him, eh? Yeah.
And then just pick him up, throw him into the tree trunk, and you move medium, and you would knock him out.
Is it voluntary? You sure? You sure it's voluntary? We can look.
Let's double check.
Yeah, here we go. I got it. Before... Yeah, no, it's May. You're right.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't have pushed him. And then,
Thrown him.
again, everyone, this isn't me saying that was a bad play. Just saying this is maybe an alternative play that you could have done.
Yeah.
Of
Well, it was on the table. Let's put it that way. It was an option, and
yeah, definitely
he decided not to take
not
it.
push.
In fact, why don't you make a note? We can ask Gil about that. Do you have anything
Yeah,
to
sure.
write on? Yeah.
I will
Good
rattle
job.
my paper.
Thank you. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Cool.
But yeah, no, game is really interesting. There's just so much displacement on both sides,
Mm.
and yeah, and I think the second, well, as long as you can kind of weather these spikes, and there's Gil's throwing a lot of dice, like he's able to sort of try to hit that spike counter more because he's rolling those 7-8 dice. So
Mm. Right. So we got Miles activated now. He's moving towards the center, saying hello to Amazing Spider-Man, his superior.
And then he's gonna use his
He did a placement. And now he's on the point. So again,
because he got that extra power from advanced R&D. So
right, exactly. So now what is he going to do with his second action? That's
probably attack Vision with the 2 extra dice to then throw him short and hopefully off the point.
interesting.
He's looking for that wild.
Oh, he's got it.
He got it.
Nice one.
He got the trigger. Hopefully he can push him. Yeah, he should be able to push him away and not hit that size 2 behind him. Because I believe he can't be pushed, but he can be thrown.
I see. Got it. So that's four hits, only 1 save. So
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4. So he's on 4 hit points out of 6.
Nice.
And here's the
throw
it's a throw.
there.
You said, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a throw in a wild. Give him an extra damage.
Does this is he protected from the damage? No, there he goes. I see it now.
No, because he's not in. He could have changed his shape, which I think he might have.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't look like it.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, it would have meant he got 2 less dice, but he wouldn't take the collision on the throw. So.
Right.
This does now leave Rudu able to double move onto that point, I think.
Yeah, but then Gwen could do it too and at least neutralize the point.
True. However, Gil is going to be going first with a lot of power from Hulk.
No. Yeah. Does Chris want that stuff up there? Yeah.
Yeah. And depending where he places Dr. Rudu, it's going to be okay. Interesting.
What's that?
So if he puts Dr. Voodoo that far, Gwen is now going to be able to push Dr. Voodoo off that point, move twice, and then
is that because she pulls? Is it, I know it's not a technical term, but she'd pull him off, right? Yeah, okay, got it.
However, if Gil were to move Dr. Voodoo behind Hulk, I think that size 2 would have stopped the pull and probably meant he would have stayed on the point. He's just throwing Miles.
Voodoo's throwing Miles at the point, so he's going to own that point. That's clever. That's clever.
Yeah, that's also pretty good.
Dodge roll for Spider-Man, I guess. Amazing Spider-Man. Ew. Did he not dodge any of it? Oh, God.
He gets to reroll his dodge, at least 2 of them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
Because of Spider Sense.
That's better. Saves, but not enough, though, right?
Yeah, he's still out.
Wow. Gil commanding this turn 1. What a great game already. Turn 1, Jesus.
I was about to say, everything's coming up Gil. Yeah, it leaves in a real awkward scenario now where...
I'm just thinking, Gil's from Denmark, and the domination here reminds me of a certain time of English history where the Danes turned up and said, "We're going to take this part over. Thanks very much." In fact, I wonder if the Midlands was part of Danelaw. Danelaw section of England was huge. If I saw a map recently. I think it would have gone as far as Birmingham. I'm not sure. But that's a long
No,
time
that's
ago.
yeah, definitely. That makes a good point. It
What's
looks
that?
like brace was used, but I don't know when was
When?
brace
Oh, I
used.
see that now. Yeah. Well, it must have been during that Hulk Amazing Spider-Man interaction, right? Oh, uh, well, or maybe Miles? No, Miles took the damage, so it must have been during that Amazing Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, maybe Hulk did throw him. Yeah, so here we go. So Gwen moved. Um, so now he can either move long or attack and get to move long anyway.
Ah,
Okay.
thank you, Buey. Buey said we missed it somehow. Hulk threw a container at the Amazing Spider-Man. That's what it was. Thank you,
Ah,
sir.
thank you very much.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I was talking about before, the Pat
Oh, that
Duffy
huge
special.
big one that was by Sam
Yeah,
Wilson. Yeah, it's
yeah.
missing
The
now.
size three there.
All right. So Gwen has moved Voodoo off the point and moved herself politely onto it, securing it. So no one owns the middle point, which is a very a bad turn for Chris, I would say. But he salvaged it, at least not to have that researcher moving. But
Yeah, the researcher would have put the tempo in Gil's favor as well as the attrition as well. At least now, just like the attrition is in Gil's favor. So
yeah. Right. So that's the start of turn 2. Everyone has 2 points each. And turn 2, Gil. Interesting.
the other thing is like Gil's got a lot of power and a follow me up as well.
Oh my God, that's a
Also
good point.
a lot of
Where
power.
is Vision? Because he's
Um,
about to die, or days.
yeah. Well, the other thing, Hulk could jump, do some damage, and then chuck a patch up onto Vision and basically
Mm.
bring him
Where is
pretty much
Vision? Oh,
back.
he's just over here. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, Hulk's not too far away.
That's interesting.
The
Uh,
other option is to go with Vision and then follow up Hulk because I think it's range 3, right? For follow up, or is it
mm.
range 2?
Follow up. Mm.
Yeah.
We will find out. There is a little bio break for the players, so we have a moment here to check this out. Follow me is within 3. Very generous.
Yeah. Which
Patch
I
up is
think
within
Hulk,
2.
yeah, which I think Hulk and Vision are within 3 of each other.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're definitely within 3.
And Hulk's got, well, Vision's got a good beam. It will hit Dr. Voodoo, but
Why not?
yeah, I mean, it will hit
Oh,
Dr.
right.
Voodoo, but
Yeah. Yeah, he can hit all 3 characters, wouldn't he? Right here. Boom, boom, boom. It's range 4, isn't it?
yeah, range 4.
Yeah. God, is that disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, there certainly are a lot of options. Oh, well, the other option as well is just Avengers Assemble. Just to
Yeah.
move Hulk up so he doesn't have to gamma leap, but still be in a good range to do. Yeah, plenty and plenty of options there for Gil.
Yeah, this priority is actually really clutch, I think, for Gil. He could break the
Yeah,
back of this game with this turn.
yeah. If he has another dice in the right place turn like he had before, where it's like his dice necessarily weren't, over good, but they spiked in the right place, and that's what we've got now.
Yeah.
That Hulk hit against Amazing Spider-Man.
Interesting. All right. I'm not sure if they're having a bio break or not because there's a lot of hands moving around. But one way or the other, we will get to the bottom of this. Cool, 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 cool. All right. I guess they're back in it. Vision looks like he's going. Measuring 2.
Yeah, to punch Gwen. He spent 1 power to do something. Oh yeah, to throw.
Nice.
At
Great idea.
Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase.
Yeah, throw there to then set up a beam.
Oh, that is beautiful. Wow. How great is that?
Because then you can
Jeez.
okay, Gil, I see what you're putting down. You can, yeah. So he's thrown Gwen over here. Great. You can chuck a beam up.
Right.
He can then follow me into Hulk, who then can do his thunderclap into them as well,
Nice.
and then hopefully have enough power afterwards to heal Vision, or just leave Vision up. Either way, all good. Because if they're
Oh, wow.
days, yeah,
Wow. That is a real cluster there, isn't it?
yeah. So it looks like Miles took the full 3 damage
Yeah, he did. That's right. From the throw.
from the throw as well. Yeah,
Mm,
which is rough.
yeah. Oof.
Yeah, not coming out Millhouse for Chris, unfortunately.
Millhouse. Amazing.
It looks like he's only got 5 power now, though.
Who's that?
Vision.
Yeah, didn't
We
he
had
use it to
7.
throw?
Yeah, but it's 1 point cheaper because of Captain America.
Oh, they might have forgotten that.
It only costs 1, so it would be 6. And then, oh, okay. I think the Avengers assembling.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Does make more sense. Yeah, and then Vision will probably move over to the point and then set up a beam for those 3. And hope, I guess then he's banking on hopefully getting a sap power
Mm-hmm.
to then being able to do a follow me, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't necessarily that much of a gamble. You've got
No.
3 attacks looking for a wild.
Yeah, that's fine. That's very doable.
Yeah, and Spider-Man hasn't got enough power to dump it with witty banter. So yeah, this is combo-licious, as we
Yeah.
call it. Some
Yeah.
combos.
Avengers is just remarkably strong despite being a core box affiliation.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, this is some incredible play from Gil.
Yeah, he's doing
Setting up.
fantastic. He's just like in
Really, really
control.
good.
He's got all.
Yeah.
He's got. It seems like he has a real plan for this.
Yeah, it's got clear. And like Chris hasn't played badly at all either. Like it's just been.
No, it's just. I think the combination of characters that Gil had at his disposal worked well.
Yeah. I guess.
That is a crappy roll though. God, Vision, wake up, dude.
But again, no saves from Gwen either. And I guess trying to take Gwen out so she can't do her.
I always prioritize her. Her or Miles, actually. I try to prioritize because they're so annoying.
Well, because of Lifesaver as well, right?
Yeah,
Lifesaver is essentially escort to safety every single turn.
So. Oh my god, she tanked that one too. Three saves there.
He does get the sap though.
Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, it was clutch. That was clutch.
He doesn't gain power from damage on this though, does he? He does gain a power every time he uses it though, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, this character after the attack is resolved. So that's for each one, is it?
Yes. So yeah, he'll get 1 from the initial attack into.
No, what I'm asking is if you attack 3 people under the beam, let's say.
Yeah, that's 3. That's 3 power.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Miles is out.
Oof.
Oh no. Looks like Miles is alive. I guess because of revos and so on.
Not a great beam, I have to say.
No, not the best so far, but
that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, I ranted so hard last night at the game club. I was playing Shadowland Daredevil, and he was on his injured side. I do his big spender, and I did the A2 of it, and I capped to 3 characters around it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so delicious. And I'm throwing, what is that? 10 dice, I think it was, because 9 with the ninjas nearby and 7 for the others. These big dice rolls with a re-roll. He only did like 1 hit, 2 hits. It was so nauseating. I was like, God. Witty banter saved Miles in the.
I just saw that from Glenn. Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn. Let's talk about witty banter because man, has it come up a few times.
Yeah, it's saved twice, right? It saved Peter turn 1, and it saved Miles now.
Witty banter. Enemy character within 3 of this character is attacking this character or an ally character. You can use the superpower for 1 power. And you re-roll. You may re-roll 1 die in the attack roll. So you re-roll one of their attack rolls.
Gwen, so she's been knocked out.
Yep, Gwen's zacked out.
I thought she got hit first, though. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, who is it? Gwen, Miles, and Amazing Spider-Man. I think we're doing Amazing Spider-Man now. Not a good save, but he'll have the rerolls. And the hit was mediocre as well. 3 hits, that's not so bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's average, right? Well,
yeah, well,
average.
that's what Pat was trying to console me with last night.
Yeah.
He's like, it turns out that in terms of successes on an attack, it's half the dice. Half the dice. So if you roll in 10 dice, theoretically 5 should come up.
5 damage, yeah.
On average, yeah. But that's not the case for me. Sorry.
Peter's done a backflip there. He doesn't care.
Follow me. Sure enough, just what we thought.
Yeah. Here we go. So follow me.
Let's see if he uses the patch up. Be interesting to see if that happens.
Yeah. Because let's think about it. He could do a thunderclap.
Yep.
Which would be 3 power, which would then leave 3 left. You probably want the throw as well. He's just gonna throw.
He just threw him. Yeah, he just threw him into Spider-Man.
Miles into Spider-Man.
Yep.
So Miles the automatic knocked out. Makes complete sense. Blocking 1 so far, so 2 damage, but rerolls. Blocking 2, so 1 damage.
But he hasn't attacked yet. Here's a Gamma Leap.
No, I think he's just gonna punch him.
Oh, he's just checking the distance, was it? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think he's gonna hit him just with 7 dice.
Sure. When you've got the ability to throw 7 dice, you do it.
Yeah, and he's still got that 5 power up for a patch up onto Vision.
Oh, Chris must be so aggravated. All that work I put into Vision, and now gone. Poof.
Yeah.
Poof.
And like I said, that setup of just that patch up into follow up into the patch up.
Yeah, it's good.
Double beam term. It was great.
It's a ball aching.
And you just have to be aware of it now, I guess, for Avengers. They've got lots of power. They've got Steve obviously makes things cheaper, so they're able to hold on to their power better than anyone else. So those bigger cards like even like Kunlun Training or whatever, they could easily play that and have the power left. So
Glenn's asking, could Chris have used Miles's ID? Sure.
on the skull first, then Master Senses. I don't know what the context you're asking, Glenn, but yeah, obviously he can reroll skulls, but he's not on a objective, so he wouldn't be able to.
Ah, that's right. That research station in the back is effectively nothing for those.
Yeah, he has got. There's no extracts to pick up on this, so his leadership wouldn't trigger for the skull. It's only if you're on an objective.
So it looks like Amazing Spider-Man is only taking 1 hit.
Yeah.
Gwen's out. Miles is out.
Did you do a Hulk smash then? Is that what you do?
I think another attack should be coming through. No, here's the throw.
Smash.
Yeah, but isn't that a piece of terrain?
Yeah, he would just hit the stump.
Yeah, and the stump would be removed.
Yeah, I assume the stump was size 1.
It was,
and
yeah.
Peter's size 2. So yeah.
And
he's got a stagger.
Oof. God.
Yeah. What does wheat cakes take away? Is it stun?
Let's take a look. Wheat cakes you don't see very often, so let's have take a peek. I don't think he got it. No, he didn't even take it.
Right. Okay.
So doesn't matter.
I guess one thing he could have done is spider tracked the vision move to get someone safe out of the beam that was coming.
After an
So
enemy
he would
character
not,
ends a move action within 4 of an allied one, yeah, that character
yeah,
can spend
and he had
2 and
the.
then move short. Yeah, sure.
Let's say, yeah, I think. Well, Miles probably didn't have the power actually. He didn't have any power last
Buey's
turn. Yeah.
saying that the evac point is actually a target of opportunity, so maybe that does give that reroll ability then to trigger off of. Okay,
Yeah, but he's not within one of it, so he wouldn't have got it anyway. So,
Miles, that is, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man.
That's a good point, Buey, because I play Shadowland Daredevil, and I should keep that in mind, because that means I get a reroll off of those evac points too.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look up FAQ wise, right? Ask questions.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wish that is a little bit annoying about all the different types of extracts that exist in the game, and sometimes your characters don't work with them.
Yeah.
I know it's.
Well,
Hmm?
Sorry, Norbert, you crack on.
Yeah, I was just saying it can be fluffy, because like sometimes they're civilians, right? That's a type of extract, and therefore, sometimes your thing works and sometimes it doesn't, and it might be thematic about whether you can actually move a person or not with that ability. But it gets confusing.
Right, who we've got? Who's activating?
Yeah, not sure. Hulk's done, so it must be on Chris's side.
Hmm?
Oh, I think it was Moon Knight. Actually, I think I saw him measuring 4 from Moon Knight.
Right, okay.
Not sure who's the target, though. They got a little... they were doing good with the tabs, and now in the heat of the game, I guess they've forgotten.
Yeah.
2 wilds, but 2 saves on the other Gil side. 4. Yeah, it was Moon Knight, but I don't think he'd done anything of significance now that I look at it. Yeah, nobody's taking damage. Vision's still at 5. Gil elected not to use patch up. He blew all his power on his attacks.
Yeah.
With Hulk, that is. Yeah.
I can see that. Like, Moon Knight kind of has to stay on that point on the back. He's got 2 people in the middle. If he takes down Vision, fine. But Gwen and... Yeah, both Gwen and Mars are already down. Spidey doesn't have any auto damage. What I mean by that, he hasn't got a throw. He's got the collision, so he could obviously teleport himself, get extra dice. But yeah, at that point, Gil has done a really good job to make pretty much any decision Chris makes to be a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can make the best decision you can at that point,
right?
But everything just feels bad, and that affects you in the game. Where you're
does.
like, oh man, like I know this is one of my few choices, but it's bad.
Yeah.
It makes me feel bad. And
Yeah.
Gil's done a really good job just to put Chris in that position.
Yeah. Totally agree. It reminds me of how Pat works. Pat Dunford works the same way. He's just...
Yeah, watching Pat is amazing. Like, he's such a nice and cheery guy and really feels like, you're in the moment with him, you're playing. However, you then don't know you're actually in a whirlpool, and what he's doing is slowly circling you towards exactly where he wants you to be. Through every placement, just every placement is to make you make the wrong decision, and you really have to see through it. And it's not him doing dirty tactics or anything like that. It's
no.
It's
just
his play style that forces you to make bad decisions.
Yeah.
And it's great to see. He did it in War Machine.
Yeah.
And he does it here. And it really is a skill.
It's funny you mentioned Whirlpool. I remember when I was I had a good friend who had a moderately sized pool, but it was one of these round pools in your back garden kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
And me and him would sometimes, on opposite sides of the pool, we would start circling as fast as we could around the outside of the pool to create a whirlpool kind of in the pool, and then either try to resist it, once it got going, you try to resist it just to see how long you can push against it, or better, it would be that you could kind of surf your way quickly around towards the middle. It was a lot of fun. Oh, there goes Amazing Spider-Man. Yikes.
Oh,
That
What
is
was
not.
that
I
from?
know. I usually see him do a lot of work just by tanking, but I guess it's hard to resist all this damage coming through, regardless if you're Amazing Spider-Man or not.
To be fair, he was kind of already out, right, with the
Mm,
stagger.
mm.
He's only getting one attack. I guess he could have gone over here, but then
Does he get
yeah.
rerolls and things if it's a Mystic attack?
Yes, he gets rerolls on everything.
Okay, because
Spider sense from the spider sense ability, you don't get rerolls from mystical attacks. Yet Spidey, Peter Parker, Amazing Spider-Man, he's been doing he hasn't been skipping leg day. He's like, it's better. Therefore he rerolls everything.
looks like yep, that was Dr. Voodoo who did that work against Spider-Man, and he has patched up Vision for 3.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at the top half of the screen. I believe Sam Wilson is activating.
Yeah. I don't know. Chris maybe could have gone with Spider-Man there, but again, just a bad choice, not a bad decision, just in a bad place to make decisions. And I
Yeah.
think either
Oof.
one is necessarily bad there. But he's still got 5 characters. He's getting priority next turn. If he can kind of weather this swing turn and hopefully get one to respond,
Yeah.
he could be in a better place next turn. But sometimes, and this is my weakness, like after a turn like this, my brain's shut off. And it's very
Yeah.
hard for me just to go, right, okay, no, refocus. Where can we go? There's a social contract. The other
Yeah.
players here also play a game.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do your best to get out of it. And sometimes that's difficult because your brain just goes, well, you're screwed. You're done. You're,
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
you're, insert swear word here. Like, you're absolutely menaced. But in this game, like we've known, that's not always the truth. And you can wiggle yourself out of places. So.
Yeah. I have definitely been in MCP games that I thought I was going to lose that I didn't. You know,
Mhm.
you really it's worth trying to play.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I've had the same where I've been absolutely trolloped like into all the way up to round 4, and I got 2 decent swing turns, and I was able to pull it through. But I've also been in positions where I'm live streamed on this channel where it's looking real good, and you think you
Yeah, in the
clutched it,
bag.
but
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just gone in a round. So through either mistakes you make or
Physical
just your
reality.
player pulling out that move.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So yeah, Spidey's off the board. Miss Marvel looks like she'd gone and just stayed where she was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It
Yeah,
seems like
so
she was activated because Sam's still going. That's the only character he's got left.
yeah,
So Captain America's done as well, and so he's just got Wong left. And Wong, I'm sure, is going to sit there and meditate.
yeah. So let's think.
He's activating Sam. That's what Chris was
Yeah,
indicating.
here we go. So Sam's gonna charge. Great. Yeah, so Sar's charging up.
Yep, just like you said, that way he can at least contest that point and still own the back point.
Yeah. And yeah, depending on what he gets on this row, be able to push Steve off the point.
Ah, right. Okay, good point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. So yeah, so he paid 1 power to add 2 dice to it, and yeah,
Save 4.
yep. That means he will get the push because he has to do the damage to get the push off.
Okay, so second attack coming in.
Yeah.
Crit in a wild.
Nah, man.
No, 3 saves.
Yeah. Yeah, commenting on dice is obviously a skill in itself to know when you can say you got lucky and unlucky. But
Yeah.
yeah, Chris has not been getting the dice where he's needed in the right spots
No.
this game.
No. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to sometimes when you're in a bad position, hopefully the dice can help bail you out. But
Yeah, or even just when you nothing's guaranteed in this game. It's a dice roll, but even when you've got those decisions where it's like, right, okay, I've got a four dice attack into someone. I guess four dice into six dice. Even trying to get that is difficult, but so maybe it was in Gil's favor to not get pushed. But yeah,
right, Wong's moving up a little bit, probably to stay in healing range of somebody. But I'm certain he's going to sit on that point. Yep, there he goes. He's meditated and he's sitting on the point. And that is the turn. Brack breaking, just as we predicted.
yeah, because points wise, it's still well. It's unfortunate that Chris couldn't push the point on
Yeah.
this side.
Yeah.
It would basically be 3-3. Gil now, yeah, 6-4 is irritating because it would have just been 5-5,
Yeah.
which would have
Yeah.
really helped.
It would have been helpful. Keep in mind, though, that the researcher now has to move. I presume.
Oh, it's definitely moving forward.
Yeah.
You've got a 20 health Hulk with 2 injured characters. The Hulk is just will always dominate that. Gwen can pull. I'm not going to say what I was about to say. Gwen can push Hulk towards her. There we go. That's a better phrasing of what I was about to say. Good. But yeah, or at least move and try to get Hulk out of the way because it doesn't have a size limit. So, but yeah, it's tough. And again, especially now where like, don't think Chris can compete in the attrition game in regards of like killing or of Gil's side, so he has to play the tempo extract game with points. And he's got 1, 2, 3 healthy characters.
Yep.
But both on the flanks with 2 injured characters, and then 3 Gil's got 3 healthy characters and 1 healthy character that has 20 health and isn't going anywhere. So
we should ask Chris why he took Miss Marvel. If I understand her correctly, she's quite a great character when it comes to extract plays, but there isn't a normal extract on this table, so be curious.
No, I think it's because she's a cheap number, and also with a better tomorrow, you can really place her in a good spot. But again, because of the way the kind of dice went, it's been really hard for Chris to implement her. But yeah, it would be interesting to see his mindset of why Miss Marvel on this one. I guess the throw's really good as well because you can move. Obviously, it's free power, but she can move twice and just throw someone off a point. Right. Is this going to be an all webs up turn?
I should hope so. Everybody's clustered together, right?
Who's going to do it?
Who's going to do it? You might be right. Let's see. Oh, I missed it. I think it's Gwen activating.
Cool. So all webbed up.
He's activating Gwen.
Or Gwen might just be doing it all webbed up.
Yep, that's what it is. You're right. Yeah, look at you. So I'm going on Voodoo, Hulk, Vision.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
So I don't think all webbed up has to be on their activation, so they can just do it and then activate someone else.
Sure. Yeah.
So Miles or Moon Knight with all those extra dice. It's just who do you want to take out? Ideally, both of them.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. I mean, if you think you got the output, I would dump it into Hulk. But
Let's think about this, right? 2 extra dice, Miles, 5 dice attack, 2 extra dice, and if he does his web swing, he gets 2 extra dice as well. So that's 5 to 7. That's 9 dice into something. It's pretty. Oh, Vision is teleporting about.
Yeah, what was that? That was weird. I think this attack is.
You are right, Norbert. Any decision is a rough one.
Yeah. Oh God, 5 blanks. Poor Chris.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh, Chris, I feel you. It's one of those things like
Sixth one.
no, it sounded like someone I could hear shouting there.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, I know. There's somebody outside at the pub.
I heard a screaming, which I assume is Chris from the ether, just screaming through the dimension and it's coming through. But yeah, that's rough.
You know, I always say that the players, when they get to these matches, they really need to do proper sacrifices to the dice gods.
Yeah.
And some people they think they can get away with it, and the dice gods are very jealous about their burnt offerings.
And again, you really do have to choose your morale path as well, because like Norbert said, you can do your sacrifices, but don't forget you can also do a soap bath and a moon ritual. So you don't always have to kill that chicken. There are different ways.
There's different ways to appease them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. We should promote that a little bit more because maybe people will be more inclined to do those sacrifices because it's clear when a player has not. It's very clear.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly. I know that Chris has plenty of children. So
he could easily have given one of them up for this game.
but that just makes Chris a good father. And that's what's important.
Do you remember in Game of Thrones that guy who sacrificed his little girl on a pyre? She had like one of those that skin disease, and do you remember this?
I 100% remember that.
Yeah,
I've seen all of Game of Thrones. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones.
Oh my God! How can you be the leader of the Generation Z?
Oh, no, I am a leader of the Gen Z because I read the books and was like, I'm not a big fan. Everyone was talking about Game of Thrones to the point it annoyed me and went, you know what? Not doing it. And that's a Gen Z move. Just move away. I will watch it at some point. But, yeah.
I read the first book and gave up because I was like, I don't need to read 4 pages of somebody filling up their sandwich with, stew.
Yeah, exactly. Bring me a potato turnip stew. Ah, the turnips bubbly in the pot. And I was like, I don't care, George R. Martin. I don't care.
No, I know. It's like he must have been waiting for lunch on those days and decided to do. I don't know what's going. So anyway, I got through that book and I said, "This sucks. I'm not reading this anymore," and put it down. Then the TV show came out. I was like, "Oh, this is really quite much easier to follow and snappier." So I did end up watching it.
What I am watching though, and absolutely adoring, is Paper Girls. Is amazing.
What's that?
It's based on a graphic novel by Brian Cray Vaughan, who has done many comic book stuff. He's really, really good. And it's kind of Stranger Things-esque. The graphic novel came out in 2015 and is about a group of 1980s. It's 1988, and they're paper girls. They're like, on a paper route, and they're paper girls, and weird stuff happens. And weirdly, Stranger Things came out in 2016. So it was kind of like that interesting thing. But yeah, it is very good.
When are you?
Also,
where are you watching that?
On Amazon.
Huh.
That one, Amazon Prime for that one.
Right. Huh.
Westworld is incredible season 4 as well.
I gave up on Westworld season 2.
I understand season 2 is a stinker. However, if you can get back on it, season 4 is some of the best television I've seen in my life.
Oh,
it's really
okay. Is it still as kind of gory though? I got really bored of it. Is the problem? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think it's psychologically gory now, in regards of the plays and the themes they're addressing.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I agree.
like
season 2 became like just a special effects gore fest, and I didn't like it.
Right.
Whereas 3 and 4 were back into that existential dread, and that's what I want in my television.
Yeah, I agree. That's what made season 1 interesting.
Yeah, agreed. Right, where we are in the state of the board. So
it looks like so Miles is dazed. Sam Wilson is dazed. So that must have been Captain America dazed Sam Wilson in that last turn. And I think this is Chris's turn now.
Yeah. What did Miles do? Miles
got
took out
dazed.
vision. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles shouldn't be Days. I don't know why he's got a Days token. I think he's activated, not Days.
Okay. Now I'm
Because
confused.
if Miles
Yeah.
is Days, he'll be off the table. But yeah,
Yes, that's right.
Vision has been taken out.
Speaking of comic book shows, Sandman dropped today on Netflix. So put that on your watch list, people.
I will. Another controversial. I love graphic novels. Behind me, big shelf of all graphic novels,
Right.
especially DC.
Uh,
Sandman, I read the first graphic novel, and bounced off real hard. I
Yeah.
haven't read the rest.
Yeah.
However, I'm very excited to watch the show. So.
It's your Game of Thrones, journey, similar one as I had on Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, good.
But yeah, I'm excited to read. And then weirdly, I love all of Neil Gaiman's books, but I struggle with his graphic novels. Like
Oh,
I really
interesting.
do. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But...
Big Positive Geek said after the team tournament and all the talk about The Boys on Amazon Prime, I've been watching that. Yes.
Woo!
Yes, that is a very good choice. A little bit gory at times, but still a much stronger storyline to make it worth getting through the gratuitous gore.
I remember reading that religiously in 2001, 2003. It came out just every week being Garth Ennis. How are you getting away with this? And just reading it. And I enjoyed it a lot. Like when they announced it, I was like, oh, there's some real problematic stuff now. How they're going to deal with it, how they're going to bring it up.
Right.
And The Boys is one of the best social commentaries of our time.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever. Yeah. And that is a statement that I never thought I would say.
Yeah.
And like The Boys shouldn't be as socially prevalent as it is.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Yeah, the last season. Did you watch the last show? The last season show. Yeah, it was right on point. It was like scary how realistic that is.
Yeah,
it's really aggravating actually watching it.
It is really aggravating. It was like real cheery. Here, right? Okay, this is a good swing for Chris though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's taken out Vision and Doctor Voodoo, which is pretty big because Doctor Voodoo was on full health. It's that all welled up.
Yeah, it was. It was all webbed up, and 2 6 dice rapid fire attacks. That's what's going to do it. So,
is that from Moon Knight?
Yeah, from Moon Knight.
Right.
So 6, 12, 24 dice possibly, if you get all the rapid fire triggers into Voodoo. So, is Chris still going to keep priority? Probably not at this point, which is a shame.
Not a great hit, but not a good save either. So 1 point through. To whom? I wonder who he's attacking.
I guess this is Hulk. I would say.
Yeah.
Probably into. He's gonna pick up and throw someone. Right. Remember about Spider Tracker.
Yeah, seriously. So this is Hulk's activation? Is that what we're saying?
I would think so, yeah. Well, 3, 6, 7, 8 dice. So I don't know why. Oh, yeah, because he got a crit. So, yeah. So this is just a basic. It was a basic
strike
hit, I believe.
Yeah. God, that is a shitty roll.
Yeah, it's not great. However, like I said, Gil's dice have been hitting where he needs. So,
sure.
For him to have a bit of a flop here, I think kind of helps balance just things out a little bit.
Yeah,
sure.
Sure. This is why you have to stay into these MCP games. Don't give up.
No, and that's what we were saying from the beginning. It's like, like we both said, it's my brain would have definitely shut off by now. But if you can shake it off and go, no, there's still a load of turns left. We're all good. This isn't a tournament either. Like we've got as long as it takes to play this out.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sure. They've been playing pretty fast. I mean, it took a little...
really fast.
Yeah, good. That's how it should be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think the real problem is going to be losing priority now is a problem.
There's a Gamma Leap.
Yeah, can he still be within 1? Because you can't measure it out either.
I know. Great. Scary visitors.
Yeah, it looks like...
Let's see.
Gwen's. Oh yeah, and I think the way that he's placed himself means that. Oh, if Gwen can survive, she can move, um, flip Hulk through her behind off the point, and then move back onto the point. But it's just whether she survives. Because he can also throw her as well, because he's got 2 power left, I think. So
I hear some dice being rolled.
do it, Gwen. Survive.
And not a good hit. Not a good hit at all. 2 hits, 2 saves.
Knocks everything.
Wow. Well, this game's done.
The dream's still alive, baby.
Yeah.
Keep that dream going.
Amazing.
I'm not biased. I like both these players.
Yeah, for sure. We just want to see a good game.
We just want to see a good game, and this is
Which players ironically don't want to see, right? They
they want to like destroy, and that's it. And I get that. It's a little unfair. I think.
I have to say, I agree. I prefer the game to be super tight. That's when I get my heart racing and I'm really into it and stuff like that. If I steamroll the other person either because they're dice or because they're new, I don't feel great about it. It's actually I feel kind of bad about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had a recent game with Jonah for Rich's league game, and it was one of the tightest games I've ever had. I managed to win, which was great. Jonah's a very good opponent.
Yeah.
But it was super, super tight, and yeah, it was awesome.
What's this special Rich League game? What's all this?
Oh, so he basically has a league every month for Patreon members.
Oh.
And so on, and a few extra things here. So
Oh.
there's a few of us that get to play here and there.
What do you win? What do you win if you win a Rich League game?
I think Rich travels to your house and shakes your hand.
Oh.
I think that's what you.
Wow.
I think that's what it is.
And not everybody can get that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he 3D prints a trophy of you and puts it on his shelf. Yeah. Okay, this is what I thought. So
tell me.
She'll go here.
Right.
Yeah. So Gwen is now moving.
Yep.
She's going to use her flip to move Hulk through.
Yep. Because it's size unlimited, which is amazing.
Yeah. And then move back onto the point.
Love it. I love it.
Good work, Chris. Really good.
I did this in the singles event after the team tournament to my good friend Cuddle. I had it was the bottom of the game. It was like the last round that we could do anything, and he positioned his people out of range of my stuff, but I ended up moving Mystique into the right position. She used deception, and not to get him off a point or anything, but merely to move him through her, and then within range of my Lizard, and then Lizard beat him up, and I was able to win that way. It was great. I was really proud of myself. I was thinking of that. Very similar to what happened here.
Yeah, I wonder if Wong is going to move off that point.
To do what, though?
Well, he's healthy, so he can move on to the researcher and take it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That does mean, though, that...
Oh, he's not. Wait. Well, he gave him a tick mark, but now is he moving him or not?
Nah, just staying there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this me... Oh, she's range 3 for a throw, right?
Who?
So she... Right, so... Miss Marvel could move medium, get within range 3 of Cap, extend out our arm in a extendy way, throw Cap off the point, and move back onto the point.
Ah! That would be
and
nice.
Then, that would be really good. Oh no! Oh, Cap! Falcon is knocked out. However, it does mean he will get 1 less point.
Yep.
Oh, a better tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, just looking at whether you can get a better tomorrow off. So what we've got points wise, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Chris and 2 for Gil. So 9 to 8.
Wow.
Unless Chris can, like I said, the other option is that Miss Marvel can go big, but then she doesn't get a throw. She only gets a throw in a small size. So,
Is that right? Huh.
yeah. And a fully health cap, even with 5 health, getting 2 extra dice probably isn't worth the risk. Okay, are you going to do what I think you're going to do? Cool. Again, thank you so much for having me on commentating. It's really helped my overall
Yeah.
observation of the game to sort of.
Yeah, I do these for two main reasons. One is to help build the community, just to keep,
Yeah.
people interested and learning. But it's also for me to learn from these sorts of moves and things.
Cool. I also love this as well. Move on to the point, pick them up, throw them off.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? You still have, you still basically gain the point.
Get out of here,
Get out of
you
it.
big bully.
Yeah, again, she could have just moved up, thrown him, and then moved back onto that one. I don't know which one I prefer more, but
Maybe now she'll have Sam Wilson will be able to move back onto that point since he's injured.
yeah, true. Yeah, he can, depending on what he Gil activates first,
Mm.
he can charge back onto the point and still throw at Vision someone. So yeah, and interesting so far, the cover not really coming in at all because
No.
the main hitters have got ignore cover and yeah,
Or around the researcher. Right. That was Ms. Marvel done. And that's all of Chris's characters.
9 to 7 then.
Yeah, that's the end of the round. Big round. Really big round. That was round
Really
2 only. God.
And it was really important for Chris there to get that researcher back.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, I'm just going to quickly grab a drink and I'll be straight back.
Oh, what's on the menu, though?
Ooh, I might pour myself a cheeky gin.
Gin and squash?
Gin and some squash, indeed. Right, I'll see you in a sec.
All right. Toilet break. It looks like Gil's having a toilet break, too. Chris is drinking too much cider. Oh, I see. He's blaming Chris for this toilet break. But apparently, Marcus is on the same schedule. I'm holding my own, but that's because I had a concentrated drink. That's why you go with cocktails. You have to drink them more slowly, fair, which is sometimes you don't want to do when you're having a good time. But they also don't means that you don't have to go to the toilet very much. So, life's lessons for all my Gen Z out there. But great game. We're at round 4. I think Gil goes first, which is to his advantage. Because the all webbed up now is off the table. Hulk is still slowed. Not that matters terribly much. And Gil's got a lot of options here about how he wants to take out some of these other characters. They're all injured in the middle, so perhaps he'll start focusing on the middle and trying to clear out that area. Because this game is still not over. I mean, Chris is 7 points away from it. That's a lot of points. That's certainly not this one round alone. Right. Looks like you got back. Okay, you just got back in time. They've just started to play again, and they've moved Chris has moved the researcher a little bit back to the center, but off center. I see. He's moving it right onto Miles, so Miles doesn't have to go anywhere. That's pretty good.
Sounds good. So it's round 4. So if Chris can get it this turn, well, if either player can basically control it round 4, if they can control it this round and next round, then they'll get the extra 2 points as well.
Right.
In regards of controlling it, moving it 2, then moving it 2 again.
What's up?
And now I was just laughing at Gil's comment.
Oh, yeah.
Toilet break, Chris is drinking too much cider. If anything, cider is making decision making even clearer, personally.
Yeah. I think the Pat Dunford versus Tom game is over, but I haven't seen the results yet, so I can't say who won.
Drum row.
So who has Gil activated? Because that's the key point I was making, that Gil's got priority, which is a clutch move right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Oh, he's he knocked out Gwen. Probably Vision. Either Vision or Voodoo's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the Suspender is going to get cleared up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Gwen's a real key piece for Chris to be
So
able to
thanks, big positive geek saying Gil activated Vision and Vision threw Miles into Gwen. Yeah. News report from Wargaming Dad. Pat was 14-2 up end of round 2. So, oh god, end of round 2. So probably
2 up.
that other guy Tom was doing really well. He came out of nowhere and was undefeated. And he must have. Well, I don't know what happened, but maybe he submarined or something like that. But because I thought he was a really good player. He has to be a good player, right? But 14-2.
Well, to be fair, 14-2 round 2 doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad player. It
Yeah.
just means
Just true, Marcus. You know how many times that you win a game, and it's like 18-9, but it's just because it was such a huge swing. Like it could have gone easily, just exactly the opposite way. And so sometimes that points difference doesn't actually indicate how tight the game was. You're right about that.
Happens. Again, I played someone in Richard's League where I won 16-0, but it was a real close game. Like every turn I could have.
Yeah.
Swung and lost. It just happened that literally everything went my way. So
yeah,
player wasn't bad at all. He's actually a really good player. He was team captain of the Scottish team.
Right. Was that
really
Alan Gibb?
No, it was Ewan Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Nice guy. Really nice guy. That was Vision mauling both Gwen and Miles. That is bad times for Chris. He's got so little left. So little left.
Yeah, 5 characters versus 3, and
Hulk.
Chris. Yeah, and Hulk. Chris was able to respond with a decent swing turn and bring it back, but yeah, this is going to be really, really difficult. Yeah, 7 points with 3 characters on the board. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah, still no score in the Pat game. They probably have to get their results verified by an admin because they didn't put them in the same way or something like that. So maybe Darren could jump in there and take a quick peek.
Yeah.
Come on, Des. Help us out. Put us out of our misery.
But yeah, for Chris to win this turn, and to be fair, he really has to win this turn. Or he's just squash the next turn. He needs 7 points, which you just can't do with 3 characters.
Yeah, and he's got 2 characters out of position at the top of the screen. They're just not going to bring any weight to bear in the middle, which is what needs to happen.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say is Captain America was never out of position because of that charge. Like charging a long move, he's normally always in position, especially on the scoundrels, because you can just charge long to pretty much every single site. So looks like Sam's beating up his mate. having a tussle.
I am the captain now. Look at me. I am the captain.
I am the captain now. It's me.
That's such a good scene.
It's really, really good.
I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now. Big up to everyone in chat. Thank you as always coming along and supporting Norbit. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to his channel.
Yeah. Please do. Subscribe. Leave comments. Leave likes. Because, my yacht isn't going to pay for itself. So
not going to pay for itself. And I'm not going to be able to hang out in his jacuzzi. You don't, right?
Yeah.
It'll be the back of Norbit's yacht with a gin and tonic in his jacuzzi, having a good time.
I got to go back to my favorite. I don't think you were on the channel. I've been bitching about it to Huggy Bear about these weird YouTube channel streamers or Twitch streamers who've got bazillion followers and loads of views. So the one I've been following is this Scottish guy who trims cow hooves.
Yes, you've been saying.
Yeah, you remember that? So
Yeah.
he just showed off. He's doing an expansion to his garage or his house, even. I'm not sure. Anyhow, the point is he's showing off the garage because he's also got a new machine that holds the cow up where you're trimming the hooves.
Yeah.
And he casually walks by a McLaren, a TTRS, and
I-
a Mustang like Excelsior or something like that. One of
I
these.
will say, if one of those cars don't have like a cowhide lining on it, then I don't want to know.
That's funny.
If his McLaren doesn't have like cow spots on it,
All I can do is dedicate this book to him. Another legacy for
What the
Steve.
fuck? What the hell?
I'm a positive person, and I'm not going to let what.
Get out of here! I don't know. That was some weird ad that came up. Yeah, that's the YouTube life for you, people. So don't go to university. Don't get a real job. Obviously. Look,
I will defend the Zanials again because they're all streamers. Streaming is a real job, and you should go and do it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's I always get I think about this quite a lot when I close my eyes like before I go to bed.
yeah.
Of adults that have children's slime channels. So like adults, so like 40-year-old dudes or 35-year-old dudes that have like channels geared towards kids in regards to they make slime and do slime tricks and stuff like that.
Okay.
How do you explain to that? How do you explain to someone in a bar?
Right.
Like if you turn up to like a nightclub in your Lamborghini with all your money and you turn up and you're like, oh my God, who's this very attractive rich man? It's like, oh, what do you do for a living? I make slime. Like how do you like in any way
I know.
turn that into a positive?
Well, but this is the thing. All right, there you go. There's a guy who slimes kids for views.
Whoa! That's not what he does.
Okay.
He makes slime for kids. He doesn't slime
All
kids
right.
on the channel.
Wait, but does he
That's
stream that? Like, is this?
Yeah, he streams it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So the point is that that's got to be niche, right? So why not this? Why is it my channel niche enough to have a bazillion viewers? I mean,
Why am I not good enough? Why don't you adore me?
What's the difference? This is just as stupid as the sliming thing.
It's true. It's true. Well, I like it, Norbit.
Thank you. You're worth 1 million subscribers. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. No, you're worth 1 million subscribers. Right. Hit that button. But yeah, shout out to everyone in chat, especially I love you all equally, but shout out to the Southwest crew. Big positive geek, wargaming dad.
That's true. Caladros grounded me back to my original point about Gen Z being our main demographic. We are big with Gen Z, and they just are not into that sort of thing. And
no, they're just not.
But I'm here for them. So it's not about the views, it's not about the subscriptions. It's it's to make sure that because they don't have enough respect currently in the world. But
no, they don't.
I have that respect for them, and that's why they come here.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here, because I feel valued, I feel respected.
You felt validated?
I do feel validated. I'm giving a space, a safe space, one might say, to enjoy myself with a good friend, and that's important.
That's it. That's all this is. It's pushing little plastic toys around. Otherwise,
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'm joking, but like in truth, the MCP community has been great. Like we've got such a good scene down here. We've had like no problems. Everyone's all great.
Yeah.
The 2 days I've been away for has been awesome. We've had the odd scuff of egos here, but it's lasted a round at best, and then everyone's drinking, things at the bar, and it's great.
I'm not immune to that. I tilt. I get tilted.
Either, man. Yeah.
And it sucks. I feel awful about it too when it happens. But in the moment, it's really hard. Probably because I get so invested in the game and I'm really into it. And then when something goes wrong, it's just like I get really upset. And it's never at the other person. It's rarely. I could count on one hand. It's the other person. It's always me upset at myself.
Yeah, it's the same. And like I then get into a spiral and go, oh no, I haven't given my opponent a decent game either. Like I've made mistakes and he's just ran away with it, and what does he think? I've wasted their time, blah, blah, blah. All that sort of like stupid brain stuff. But in general, everyone's great, and I think everyone who has had a problem in a game is able to have a conversation and go, okay, I felt like this, you felt like that. Let's shake hands and continue. And I don't think there's any grudges either. Like
Yeah.
everyone's real good.
Yeah. It happened to us, if we're honest.
Yeah, yeah. If we're honest, it happened with me and Orbit, but we're like better than ever, and yeah, wouldn't change that for a world. We had a conversation, we sorted that out, and it's all
Yeah.
good.
So that was one instance where it was a misunderstanding as opposed to being upset at myself, and it made me feel triply awful about it, the emotions getting away from me on that time. That really sucked.
Yeah, but it's one of those things like you didn't have a particular good game.
The
The
round
game,
prior, yeah, I was in a foul mood. I was in a foul
yeah,
mood.
and I've seen that with other players where they've come into the game and gone, "Oh, I'm going to lose this," and I go, "Why?" It's like, "Well, I've lost all my other games." It's like, "Well, leave that to one side. Come here, like, hello, I'm Marcus. Nice to meet you. Let's leave all that to one side and just have a game."
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's important to remember. It's like, yeah, you might have had a bad day, but try to leave it hard. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And I'm the same. Like, I wasn't not in photo in that game either. Like, so it's just one of those things that both of us stepped aside, had a conversation, said where we're both at. And yeah, I think
I'll give
because
you.
of that, we
Yeah.
became like friends, right?
Yeah.
We kind
Yeah.
of knew each other before, but because of that sort of moment,
Yeah.
I consider now like an actual friend, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. Exactly. You try to turn it into something positive. But what was I saying? Oh, you have to be careful about that attitude, right? Because you could come up and say, I've just lost all my games, and that I'm not really this, I'm not looking forward to getting beaten up again, right? And so you make the other person feel a little upset about that. But here's the bad thing. Let's say then you start winning and really crushing the other person just because whatever. Then you start feeling like a big dick because you're like,
Yeah.
right? So it's just not worth it. For either direction. Just it's hard, but let the other things go, and play the game in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, try to focus down and go, right, okay. I've had a bad day, but this could be a good game, and let's try to focus that way. And especially when you're like, I've had it a couple of times where I'm playing against people and they're like, "Oh, you've won this. You've 100% won this. You've taken it off." And I'm like, no, I even had that against Ewan actually, in our final. So it was Ewan's first tournament down in Cornwall.
Right.
He was in the final against me. He beat 3 other adults, completely destroyed him. It was great. He was in the final with me, and we were playing, and there was a moment when he was like, "Oh, I've lost this good game," and went to shake his hand,
Right.
shake my hand.
Right.
I went, "No." I looked at him, I went, his dad was there as well, and I was like, "No, look at the board. I can see 3 ways you can get out of this.
Uh-huh.
I want you to take a step back.
Yep.
I want you to look at the board and assess." And he did that, and he thought about it, and I did win. However, there were options that I saw to get him out of it. And sometimes you've just got to do that.
Yep.
And afterwards, like Robbie, like Ewan's dad, came up to me and went, "Thank you for the way you handled that. That was really good."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, it helps that I'm an adult and he's a kid.
Yeah. Sure.
So I have this sort of responsibility, but also it's about growing people, right? And especially at that point, you've both had a good game. You've both played the best you can. It's not like a grand tournament. It's just a tournament with mates. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. And I've seen that when I was reffing in War Machine. I see it a lot where people would just say, screw it, you've won," and shake their hand. And then they're looking at the table, and then they say, "Oh, wait, I could do this or this." But then, like, well, you shook their hand, and, like, now it's really awkward. So it's not great. Play the game to the conclusion. Play the game to the end, unless it's super obvious that there's no way that you can win for whatever reason.
yeah, definitely. But no one is exempt from tilt, and and also, like you said, if you had a bad game with someone and you feel bad about it afterwards and go, "Oh, you know what, I acted like a complete dick or whatever,"
Yeah.
have a conversation, because also the other person might not see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They might just go, "Oh no, I completely understand. Had a bad game. You're not a knobber." And there are other things in base as well. Like, I have autism. I don't have a neurotypical brain, and that is pretty rampant throughout all of hobbying. And there are some times where my brain will snap in regards of, "Oh, this person is doing this malicy," and then I have to step back and go, "No, brain, they're fine. It was just a mistake. It's not a problem."
I think that actually happened when we had our issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
and it was
I
just like,
triggered it, but then like it escalated because then you were like,
yeah,
you know, yeah, it seemed like anyway.
yeah, and I got to the point when I was just like, well, I now know that if we continue the game, I'm just going to be a dick.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll step away,
yeah,
both shake hands,
yeah,
then we'll have a conversation after. And
yeah.
it's knowing your limits sometimes. Like I know my brain's limits and other things like that. So yeah, so there was other layers to our game as well in general. But
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, you don't know what the other person's going through. You don't know what their mental health is like.
No.
You don't know anything. So just basically be nice.
Yeah. Try to
Just be nice.
try and be understanding.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Yeah. Right.
Cool. All right,
Looks like Gil he moved Voodoo down to the bottom point. He's moved Hulk over to the researcher to contest it, and along with is Moon Knight on the backside? Yeah. So that's why. So Moon Knight being there didn't matter, and Hulk moved Gwen off of her point.
Yeah, Moon Knight got dazed as well. It looked like so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, did he? Oh, did he flip just now?
Yeah, he just flipped right now.
Right. Okay. So that's 13-9 for Gil, and again, Chris only has 3 characters on the boards, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Probably, yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to pass. Because yeah, with 3 characters, obviously you can pass and then try to gain your momentum back that way. But with 2 characters dazed and such big hitters like Hulk, like Chris, I think has dealt with Hulk the best he can. He's just completely ignored him. But yet Hulk has got those hits here and there to really push through. So
yeah, that's the thing about ignoring Hulk. He could still, if he gets to you, he could just hit so damn hard.
yeah, and with Gil, that's probably something to ask to Gil whether Gwen became a higher target later on, if you know what I mean, in regards of if Gwen was still here, personally, I think it would be a different game. Like with her able to move people off the point,
Right.
always finishing last. Like I think Gil probably spotted that and was like, okay, we really have to sort stuff out. It's been interesting about the use of Spider Tracker. Maybe just Chris hasn't had enough power, or yeah, I will have to rewatch and see on that vision term with the move whether he was able to Spider Tracker someone out of that beam at least.
Yeah. All right, I think this is Moon Knight activating. Either that or Sam. I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So it looked like he rode the 2 extra dice on the first attack for his split personalities, which is good. Which is definitely Jake Lockley. That's probably. Oh no, he did Avatar of Conchi. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like Avatar of Conchi then.
So you're just gonna move?
Oh, because he's in the form, he doesn't get the push, I guess. But I thought it was a throw. Yeah, I don't know.
You can check.
Because if it was his bow staff attack, then he would have got to reroll it.
It's a push. It's a push.
Right, okay, which you want to do it. Yeah, maybe just an attack rerolling everything probably would have been better, but.
Right. Looks like Captain America is going after Sam Wilson.
No, the cat paws.
Oof, nice hit. 4 hits. 1 save. So 2 should go through. And that knocks him out. Miss Marvel over there.
Oh no, leave her alone. Cap, it's not a good public image to hit Miss Marvel. Come on. Have you watched the show, Norbert?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight or Miss Marvel? Have you seen
No,
both?
neither. I haven't had time to watch. I don't get to watch much shows, which is very
No.
Gen X thing to say.
You have a
I
big
don't watch very
responsible.
much
It's true,
TV.
but it's true, but you have a responsible job though. You're a
I
responsible
do. I
adult.
do have to work for a living. So this YouTube subscription thing isn't working out so far for me. uh, yeah, and spending time with my wife and painting.
Cool.
Always got that painting cue. Never, it's always there.
Yeah, your traveling setup is amazing though. It's
Did
really,
you see that box? Isn't that awesome?
yeah, it's really really nice.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled with it, and it really is functional. Like I didn't know if it would be really comfortable painting with it or whatever, and it's just fantastic. I have it over here.
Great.
See if I can get it out into the camera really easily. Let's see, because I'll be using it
As
soon.
Norbert,
There we
I'm
are.
saying, as Norbert gets his box out.
See if I can show it off. Does that come through?
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Studio 1850. I'm the head painter for Studio 1850. Do you know that reference?
I do not know.
Yeah. So I was at Adepticon, and I was at Adepticon, and I was playing still playing Age of Sigmar at that point, just as I was
Alright, cool.
just dabbling in it basically. And so I had my models with me, so I decided to play in that tournament there, and I did really well. I went 4-1. This was like my second event.
Amazing.
Yeah, playing Age of Sigmar because I don't play it really. Anyhow, so I was psyched, and I wanted to see my placing and ranking, and my ranking, I was like 45th out of I don't know how many players, 150 players, something like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, Jesus Christ, there's only 5 rounds, and there's only like 4 people who went 5-0. Like what happened? So I got a hold of the breakdown of the scores, and I only scored 18 points out of 50 for the painting thing. Yeah, which is only a third of the possible points I got for painting. And I was like, well, Christ, I'm not looking to win any painting competitions, but I've been painting decently well. And
Yeah.
I would have thought that so turns out they had this really 90s or 1990s kind of focused rubric that they use for scoring of painting, where if you don't do conversions, if you don't do special basing, if you don't have a display board, yeah, like you needed a story related display board,
Yeah.
all of which was not published in the rules pack, I should add.
I remember that from 40k back in that
Yeah,
second edition.
dude,
Drive
I was like,
nuts.
what the fuck am I? Are you insane? Like, this paint job is better than tabletop's quality, I'll say.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff. Like, it's gorgeous. The Stormcast you painted were
Yeah.
absolutely stunning.
But
Really.
I didn't do all this other stuff, and so I was so taken aback by that. It really made an impression. So I decided to call my little portable painting studio to be Studio 1850.
That's great. That's really good. It's always good to carry the shame box with you. But yeah, that's bonkers. That's absolutely.
So yeah, so this is about a little bit bigger than an attaché case, and has loads of space for paints and holders, little painting holders to put your models on to carry them with you. Little boxes with lids that you could put paintbrushes and other kind of accessories into. And best of all, as you saw, it has little brackets that you put on it when it's open, and you can slide in an LED light that it comes with. And the light is remarkably bright, and I'm pretty fussy about it because my eyes aren't so good to have a nice bright light, and it's plenty to do good painting with.
No, it looks great. It looks like the storage is all in the right places to make it easier for you to grab the paints and have that sort of like mental setup. No, it looks great. It's really, really good.
Yeah, definitely recommend it.
Cool. I just say Trigger Tom 89 in the chat says, "Wow, I've just jumped in. This looks like a bloody game," and it is. It's pretty brutal. Gil's Avengers have come out swinging from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good lineup team for this sort of scenario. I mean, having Hulk and Cap, he didn't actually end up putting Cap in the middle, but the two of them together on the researcher, you're just not dislodging them.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, it has been thing. And I said the score doesn't necessarily reflect the game. There was a couple of big swing turns. It's been pretty close. At
Dub-
least half of the game. So
Yeah, his the third round was actually swinging for Chris's way, but it was just
Yeah.
a little too late in the momentum of the game, wasn't it?
yeah, well, Vision's retaliation on that turn was gross. Right?
Yeah.
That first activation to take out both Gwen and Miles was not
Right.
the best.
So Captain America's gone, Hulk is gone. Chris is completely done. So
Yeah, so Gil's got enough to move us on. So Vision isn't healthy.
looks like Vision is just taking out Moon Knight now.
Yeah, Vision can just pick up Moon Knight and chuck him off the point anyway, just to get the points.
Chuck him.
Yeah, uses mind powers. Here we go. Yeah, throw him medium. You can always throw him towards someone who hasn't activated yet, which is always a nice trick.
Throw him into Voodoo.
Yeah, just pick him up, throw batter, swing batter, throw him as like a baseball into a strike zone of someone else that hasn't activated, and then pick him off. Especially if they haven't activated, if they've already activated themselves, pick up an activate character, chuck it in the kill zone of a character that hasn't activated yet.
Yep.
Especially, it's even better. This is actually, I guess, the Morgan Reed special that he does quite a lot, where he chains his throws. So he'll throw someone, for example, someone who's already activated, throw them into someone else who has a throw, and then that person will then throw them again down the line.
Right.
Normally, someone else who has a throw will throw them again.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're at the back of the board displaced. So yeah.
Looks like Voodoo's gonna finish off Moon Knight now. And I think Ms. Marvel is pretty much safe, so this should be the last set of attacks for the game.
Yeah, I don't think Wong is able to teleport over there, but
yeah, I mean, it's pointless anyway. But there goes Moon Knight. So
Moon Knight. Bye, Mark. You did the best you did. Little buddy.
Gonna suggest that this is the end. Let's see.
Yeah, it's 100% the end now. Because Gil only needs 3 points.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's got 2 from the researcher
Yeah.
and 3 from the other. Oh wow.
All right, shall we jump into their channel?
Yeah, let's give them a moment just to settle things.
Settle themselves.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's been enjoying themselves with our banter in between the game. I hope
it's been good banter.
Good banter. Bants.
Yeah, bants. We had good jokes. We had a good. To be fair, we've had a real good, let's say, Zoomer metric in regards of bants up front. We had a really good personal moment between us in the middle.
That's right, right. We did bear ourselves a little bit there. That's true.
We became vulnerable, and Zoomers like that, and we shared ourselves. And now we're back to the bants. We've had a good up and down motion. It's been good.
Okay, Marcus, let's stop right there. You maniac. Tom he just lost to Pat. He's saying it was a great game and a well-deserved loss to an excellent player. Wonderful.
Be ashamed of losing to Pat. So.
Kelladrill, give me your real name, Kelladrill. I'm not sure who you are. I know you're from Oslo, so I can guess a number of people. Tell me who you are, because it was wonderful reconnecting with you as well on the stream. Marcus, let us bounce over there.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I was just about writing. Chris is just doing his 3rd or 4th toilet break, and then we're gonna be ready. It's not me being. I don't need a toilet, but yeah, he'll be back in a second.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. There you go.
What cider is it? Can you
Oh,
recommend the cider?
It's literally for I've just had a pack of Thatcher's Haze Cloudy Lemon.
Oh.
I nipped down to the shop at the bottom of my road for a loaf of bread earlier, and then remembered that they got a £5 limit on card purchases. So, bought alcohol. Why not?
Yeah,
It's
bread and
Friday night.
cider. Got to
It's
top it
Friday
up.
night.
That's amazing. It's a hazy cider, no less.
I needed £1.25 of bread, so came back with a 4-pack of cider as well. So, why not?
She do. Yes, you do.
Well,
No
listen.
mission objective to get me out this time, Norbert.
Beg your pardon, Chris?
No mission objective to get me out of trouble this time.
Yeah. You should have remembered.
Oh,
Doesn't work in this mission, unfortunately.
I gotta say, there's nothing on the board to mission objectives. So you're
No.
all good.
yeah. So,
What?
say first of all, congratulations to Gil for playing an amazing game.
Yeah.
Really,
And
really good.
secondly, for picking Research Station because of all of the things I wanted to see tonight. That was bottom of my pile.
I really didn't want your scoundrels because the 5 points is I don't like that. But then you did that and you went 20 points. You got that. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then you went with 20 points. I'm like, okay, I might actually be able to have enough guys on the table to play.
Yeah, I wanted to go 6 or 7 wide with 5 points on the table. I did not expect ASM to fall over dead like an absolute imp round one. I think it popped up in the chat that apparently my defense dice looked awful on round one. I will bow down to those who were commentating on that, but I think they sucked.
Yeah, it was sucked. It was like one of those things. Like I don't think there were bad dice rolls and like good dice rolls, but it just happened to be there were good dice rolls in the right places.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining. Like dice happen.
No.
Oh no. But I mean, yeah, there was the worst dice rolls in the game was definitely your round 1 defense roll and a couple of Hawks attack where you did nothing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it hurt you more than it hurt me because I've already damaged you.
Yeah, exactly that.
And let's not forget it. At the same times, Hulk also like blew up his dice too on the attack.
Oh yeah. I mean, he had a couple of good attacks. The thing is, when Hulk started rolling shit, it was too late for Chris because the damage was done. I think.
Yeah, because like Chris, I was gonna say, Chris, I thought you did a really good job of collecting yourself and then doing your positional moves to, I guess, realizing that you're not going to win the attrition game, so it obviously has to come down to points on the table.
Yeah,
moving Hogue back with Gwen and like, you had a really good swing turn, to be honest, on turn 2.
I didn't see that one when he's like, okay, so you move him. I was like, wait a minute, so okay, so you get everything. You get fuck off. Okay, well that's to go 9-7
that turn was really, really good.
Yeah, it was a big swing back. It's like if I can get a bunch of points on the board, maybe I can pull something out of an orifice that I'm probably not going to mention on a PG-13 channel. Are we PG-13, Norbert?
No, I have it actually locked out for little kitties. They can't come in without permission. So go for it.
Yeah,
I mean, in that case, if I can pull a turn out of my arsehole, is the phrase I was looking for there.
Well, you basically had to do a sprint, like you had to do Usain Bolt, and I could just, marathon at home and take my time.
Yeah.
So you definitely wanted to sprint the points, which is good. Where there's, where the 5 is, potentially 9 points on the table, but definitely 7 up to 9 points on the table.
It always feels bad playing Avengers on Research Station because they can pretty much always get to it round 1 if they want. Mm-hmm. Between Avengers Assemble, between having so many tanky characters, they can usually just dogpile on it. So I was actually I felt a bit bad not being miles up because I like being up turn 1 with Web Warriors. As a rule, like you want a big point advantage. But I also felt like, well, you didn't score the Researcher, and that is great. Because frankly, you can just dogpile it with Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
Sort of round 1 if you wish to, which you didn't actually, which I think was probably the right call in this game.
To be honest, I miscalculated the fact that you could move 1 off, and I don't think you had 4 pushes off. So I thought I was solid. You couldn't get him off. I forgot one of your push move shenanigans, so you could continue in round 1.
Yeah.
I thought I had it once I've done my throw and kill. I was like, cool, that's it. I've got the Researcher. I'm good. I'll move it down, and then you just stopped it. I was like,
I guess also, Chris, you kind of had to be careful about how much resources you put on the Researcher with Gil having so many beaters and priority.
this is a problem. And like the follow me turn hurt like hell.
I
Um,
was actually gonna just interrupt and say, Gil, did you always have that in mind of a setup? Like I kind of pictured it and saw it coming, but it was beautiful. It was like poetic in regards of
You know, and,
white power here and there moving through. Like, yeah, it was an absolute ballet and it looked great to see.
the reason, well, basically when I picked the list, I'm like, okay, I gotta go affiliation because I have 4 4s where of course Cap has to go in, and then it's Vision, Voodoo, and Rogue, who's awesome as well. And it's basically always come down to who's going in Vision or Rogue. Well, affiliation or what do I need? And this is a center scenario. So Vision is just he's gonna hit a lot. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go with Vision. He can still throw stuff, but also the beam on so many models. He just loves those center
Yeah.
scenarios.
Yeah. See,
And then when I looked at it, like, wait a minute, I can go. Oh, wait a minute. If I do that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to go with him first. Whether he gets taken out or what, he's gonna do a hell of a lot of fun stuff. We gotta go with that one.
Cool. So it was more of a reactive move rather than something you were always kind of planning to do turn 2. Then.
Well, I didn't plan out for this. I'm looking for things like that. If I can get Vision to do a couple with because the beam 4, if they're not outside of stealth range, I know he can get to a lot of guys because he can throw and Avengers assembles in there. Even he only got to move 2. The moving Hulk I worked out was good because then with the follow up and then he could go for Miles. That was for amazing. That was yeah. I was like, okay, that'll work out. And then of course I had to do the beam to save the points for follow up, and there's no point doing Synthesized Avenger when I can hit 3 guys instead of 2, instead of 1. And I get Hulk to do follow up afterwards. So I was like, yeah, okay, we'll do that, and then we might retain priority, which I did. So
Yeah, and I guess Vision also for follow up is great because of that guaranteed power from the beam, right? You
oh
know
yeah,
you're always going to get one, so if you can kind of work it out as a guarantee of always putting it off. But no, yeah, it was great to see, and I think your reaction to it, Chris, was really good as well to kind of not get tilted and just pull out. But yeah, great game
try
to
and
watch.
get some points on the board and then see what the game brings. It's the only way you can go at that point when your best character, when your 5-point character's just been turned into
yeah.
microwave spider paste.
To be fair for Chris, he was thinking that was game, but I was like, let's go and see what can happen. I said, well, if you get enough points, because you are going to finish ahead,
Yeah,
and it's going to put you in a position where anything goes wrong on my side or you do something amazing, you might still just run away with it because you're going to go up by quite a lot of points. And
Also, I'm
I gotta basically
stubborn.
you. Sorry, what?
I'm horrendously stubborn as well. I would have played it out to the absolute death even if you tabled me. Which we just avoided by the skin of our Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like me. I mean, that's how when I've got sometimes I get army list and characters to work because I stubbornly want them to work, so I make them work. I mean, that's when I played Norbert and when we played War Machine in the old days. I had lists with Butcher and other things like, how do you get this to work? Because I love the character and I love the models and I just want this to work. So I find a way to make it work because I'm not giving up on my favorite character.
So we have some questions from the chat here. Chris, why did you go with Sam second on turn 1? How come he didn't leave it to be able to push Cap off their home point later?
That's a real. I mean, I wouldn't have had the. But on turn 1. So I'm reading it. What
yeah.
Sam second on turn 1. I guess I would have needed to transfer a power to do the. I suppose I could have just moved up and thrown the shield.
You could have just moved and thrown the shield.
And done the damage.
I think it was more people were expecting, including myself, for Cap to be a priority later in the turn, but he moved them quite early, which is also fine because I think also you had it in your head to charge turn 2 anyway, right?
I think, yeah, I'm trying to remember back to so I went with him second turn 1. I think A, get a body on the point, and B, it was more about that second turn charge, to be honest, and try and do something to whoever ended up over there.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, that was about an hour and a half ago. Like,
it's difficult to it now, but yeah, it's thing. One question was for you, Gil. Again, it's a back on the turn question. You pushed Amazing Spider-Man with Hulk. where you could have just picked him up and thrown him in the stomp and knocked him out then? Was there a reason? Were you trying to fit? I think Brace of Impact had already been used at that point as well.
It had.
Yeah.
Is that just something you overlooked, or was there? a big plan?
Definitely overlooked it. I think I thought the people were gone, and I just wanted to get rid of him. So he, with a stagger, he would have to fight to come back and couldn't do that much. When did I
Worked
get?
out fine because you picked up a crate and just smashed it in his head anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the-
exactly.
Yeah.
But
the
it's
auto-
the thing,
the
because I
auto
didn't. If I
knockout.
don't get the, if I don't get the throw on the smash, I don't have an extra throw.
Yeah.
And then I've got to pick what I do with the throw, and and sometimes I think if I had the opportunity to do both, I can't remember, but maybe I did, and I must have just overlooked it. To be
No,
honest.
it was just basically you could have just not pushed him and then just picked him up and thrown him to the stomp and auto KO'd, rather than risking throwing the crate. That's all it was. So,
Ah, yeah. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I think that was an oversight on my part, to be honest.
that's cool. I just
'Cause
didn't
I
know.
love doing I love doing the Hulk smash and the throw with Hulk and getting multiple throws, because once he throws people multiple times, he will take out sometimes more than one, because he'll throw the injured into the healthy, and then Hulk smash and throw them back, and then all of a sudden the damage accumulates, and he takes out 2 or 3 characters that way.
Yeah. Were you? It seemed like you were actively playing around Spider Tracker as well with Hope, where you were where you could have moved here and there. You were gamma leaping. Was that deliberate or just something that just came?
I guess it just came. I didn't even think about Spider Tracker, to be honest.
Right.
No, can I just add that really irritated me that at no point did you let me do that against your Hulk? Diving in.
Yeah, I can't remember when you had the power, Chris, and I don't think you did, which is even frustrating.
Yeah,
When Vision moved up for that beam, I think no one had 2 power at that point, right?
I think even if they did it, I suppose they could have moved sideways, but I mean, even then, I would still have lost 2 models that one way or the other. Like, it still would have hurt like hell. So I'd have saved one person briefly.
Briefly, yeah. Like I said, this isn't like, oh, you made a bad choice, because like we're talking all
no,
through,
God no.
There were no, like, Gil did a really good job, and I think also Chris to Gil as well, like on that swing turn, of making every decision kind of feel bad. Like, it doesn't matter what you chose, it kind of felt like a bad decision. So yeah, you're kind of just up against it.
Yeah. Well, one mistake I actually did, we worked out the turn that Voodoo got taken out. I forgot to, on my activation before, to play Seance, because that way he would have had the opportunity of rolling more dice on the first attack against him, and he might have actually survived.
Yeah.
He could have survived on 1 health, and that would have been good. So that was like, yeah, okay, that was my bad. But I realized that halfway through Chris's turn, so there was like, yeah, that's well done and dusted.
That's fair enough. But no, yeah, for me, it was a great game to watch, and you both played really well. So.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It was great,
very
Chris,
much.
that you held it together for so long, all things considered. That research station is just, I know Gil's playstyle, and it's just right up his street.
Yeah. It's the last thing I want, to be honest, with this list, is to be having to go down the middle and getting vigorously pounded by things like Hulk and Vision with beams. I would much it was the last thing I wanted to see. I mean, I will give Gil credit for this as well. It's a list that is really deeply awkward for Web Warriors. So I have to say that there isn't a single crisis there that I'm massively keen on playing. It's literally like it was a list designed to make me just feel really bad about my life choices, and then he went to 1 priority anyway, so I didn't even get to pick. I think on balance I prefer his secures, because
it would have been better for you also because you have extracts. That's going to be
exactly.
worse.
I really would have liked my extracts against you, and then you absolutely got priority and made me suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I don't want to play against your legacy curse, because you can easily get the 8 points with the guys you have in list.
I really wanted that to come up. I really would have loved to play Legacy.
Yeah. And I looked at the list when we decided our game and we are going to be on stream. So, okay, let me prepare so I'm not an idiot this time. And I looked at, okay, what zone I want to play against you. And I looked at, I was like, okay, you have 1, 2, 3 steel, move around. Legacy Curse, no. If I get the choice, we're not playing Legacy Curse.
Yeah. No, absolutely the right decision.
Yeah, you hinted at it before as well, Gil. Would you have preferred to play the higher threat than the lower threat?
Yes, also against Web Warriors, because otherwise, if we play low threat, he's still gonna have more models than me. And I think if we play in 4 against his 5, if there's enough points, he can just run away with points, just doing nothing, and just keep me a little bit busy, just pushing me off one here and there, and just edge 2 or 3 points ahead per turn,
Yeah,
and just run away that way. And I was afraid of that.
So basically, you won both turn 0 decisions at that point, right? You kind of got both crises you wanted and a threat you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if we gone for 16 points, I would have just the best way I could have done would have taken the 4/4 threats. So that would have been Sam, Vision, Voodoo, and Rogue, because all of them can operate on themselves and just whoever's the best. The Rogue would probably have to go after Amazing Spider-Man, and the other guys would just have to play around and get some points and beat somebody up.
I did almost go 7 models wide there because I can actually play 6/3 threats and a 2 at 20, and I bottled it at the last minute and put ASM in.
Yeah.
Which, given how badly he then got turned into paste, well, I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
No, I think it was the right choice, to be honest. But it just the dice said we don't care. It's the right choice. Yeah, but the dice god said,
yeah.
No, I think it was the right choice, because if you had too many small ones, yeah, you can, but you guys will just die and get thrown off the point.
No, it's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say swapping like ASM for a 3 and a 2 in regards to, like Gil says, he's getting priority. He's got 7 dice basic hits with Hulk.
It just turns people into paste.
And also the beams as well, right? Like you can add more characters, but that's
true.
more chances of beams. So.
All right. It's also more power for me to just throw stuff around. So.
Well, Chris, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you. You have another game to play next week for fun, but I'm sure you had a great time. You've been playing these leagues for a long time.
And again, Gil, I hope you now go on and make it to the cuts, mate, because you played that really well. Honestly, go and kick their asses.
Awesome, that's great. And congrats, Gil. This is this the best you've done so far in the leagues?
Yes, I had. What was it, League 5? I ended up playing the last game for the cut, and I forgot to play cat and mouse with Cable in the first turn, and that lost me the game. And as my opponent rightly said, because this is the game for who makes the cut, so he asked me twice at the power phase, you done, you ready, we can go? And I said, yeah, let's go. And then it's like, oh shit, I forgot this. And says, yeah, but I asked you twice and we're playing for the. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't come back from that. Otherwise, it would have been a very, I would have had a chance to make the cut back then. And
yeah,
So this is my second chance of playing for the cut. So
great. All right, so we wish you a lot of luck next week. You got to do one more win, and then you made the cut.
Yeah, I'll. I gotta remember the points here so I can report the score.
Right. I want to thank everybody who was on the stream tonight. You guys were great. A lot of fun to be together. And thank you again to Marcus for filling in for the Huggy Bear. It's been a real pleasure.
No, it's great. Thanks again for having me on. It's been great to guess. And thanks for Chris and Gil for a great match. And yeah, I know you both, and it was difficult for me to say unbiased. I wanted you both to win, and it was difficult. But yeah, thanks everyone, and thanks for.
Gil's far more likable than I am.
Oh, that's not true. I think
he did bring us booze, so there is that.
Oh, there is that. Now I'll continue doing that for whenever I go for international events. It's always good fun.
Cool. All right, gentlemen, take care. Have a good night, and good night, everybody on the stream. Take care.
Take care.